Hello everyone, it's Markiplier. I didn't mean to show you this. Never mind. I meant to show you. Game Doll. You weren't supposed to see the behind the curtain and see OSRS. It's Jover. Game Doll. What the fuck? Also, let me try the go live feature. It's www at twitch.tv/pipsqueak_tv. Go live for I don't know, like 4 hours. Fuck it. Didn't know that was a thing until like a day ago, and I just learned it. Okay. Can we do better today than yesterday? Because yesterday was kind of atrocious. I can't lie. That was not a good one for me. We're doing cover art. Thinking Warhammer. Uh, is it Mechanicus that I'm thinking of? I'm actually so good. I genuinely can't believe I got that in one. I might be the best. It's payback for how bad it went yesterday. What am I looking at? I see like a gold ring and someone running bare-chested. So this could be a Prince of Persia. Or it could be like an Aladdin spin-off. Or no spin-off, like a video game tie-in. Forgotten Sands, sure. Wrong franchise. Ooh, now we get hair? Wait, are they bald? What am I... No, that's like a wind shield or something, and then the hair at the back. What am I looking at? It's like hellfire raining down. I don't think it's Aladdin, but... What am I looking at? Never mind, he was just bald as fuck. Thought I was looking at a magic shield, but I was actually looking at the world's baldest man. Now, what do we have here? Roman, maybe? Armageddon. Do we have something? Nothing that would fit. Like, I feel like, this be Titan Quest? Would be one then, I think. No. Okay, Big Booba. These are goblins. That kind of looks like Millennia from niche indie game Elden Ring. This also looks... I don't know, what... Huh. Egyptian theme, maybe. I mean, it's not Prince of Persia. What's the city builder game? But if city builders also doesn't make sense with like Armageddon raining down. I just want like a decent guess. Age of Mythology? Okay, so it is Egyptian. I definitely think this is gonna be some whack-ass like NES game that I've never heard of. I don't feel like I have any good guesses, and this tells me nothing, so... Okay, what is this? Overlord 2? Really? I didn't even know... Like, I've seen Overlord gameplay. I didn't realize there was an Egyptian theme in the second game. My bad. I'm uncultured. Deserve to lose that one. Immediately feel like I should know this. Could... Art style is wrong, otherwise I was gonna say this is a protagonist from a Dragon Quest game. But if it's not, what is it instead? I gotta up the speed on my treadmill. It's going very slow. There we go. Slightly faster. What is this instead? Is it like Jack? No. What's he from? He's from... No, it's not that. It's not Captain Falcon, is it? I'll just start there. No. Bison? Wait, Whoa. Bison isn't... What's his full name? Okay, I can't get Bison from there. Motherfucking Bison. Hello above. This does feel like an M. Bison character though. It really does. Like the color's all correct. The suit is slightly throwing me off, but I think it fits. It's just I forget, like I can't find Bison. What's his other name? It's his Japanese name that's different. Balrog. No, they don't even go with that. Let me just get like if it's okay, wrong franchise, so that means it's not. What? Oh, it's Jump King. XD. What an interesting design. I've never looked at the character like closely. But I guess it's also very pixelated in the actual game, so you don't really get the details like this. But I mean, he do be jumping though. He do be built with 90% legs and nothing else. I know it's a forced perspective, but still. This guy, his glutes are the size of his chest. This is the dumbest start I've ever seen to a keywords puzzle. Photos, Polaroid, photography. Don't think I've ever seen a more useless free categories. They're all the same. Pokemon Snap. No combat, minimal UI, slow paced. 2 average guess attempts. How the fuck do you get this in 2? Or does that mean that they do 2 guesses and get it on the 3rd? I don't know, but this is insane. Minimal UI, slow paced. No combat. Slow paced? Isn't there a... Is this the one? No. Oh, it's the puzzle game. Oh no, I know what... Okay, well, let me do it this way. Viewfinder. Hey! I just needed to find the name of the game. I knew what game it was, I just... You know. I feel pretty good about that. I don't think it's cheating to just look up the name of a game like that. If I'm 99% sure what it is. It's cheating to look up like a developer and go through all their games in the guessing one here, but just doing keywords I think it's fine. Didn't I get it? Yes. No, I didn't get it yesterday, so that makes sense. But current streak 4, I guess I did get it yesterday. What was it yesterday? Huh? Show guesses. Non-linear paths. That's a little weird given that it's a linear game, but I guess it makes sense, sorta, with what the game is. Force perspective, that's true. You force a perspective into real life in the game. 2D to 3D, yeah, okay. These are some good hints, I like it. Only thing I remember about this game though is the extremely annoying narrator. Which is gonna be me in 2 seconds when I launch The Last Sovereign. Yesterday we did like 45 minutes of bullshit before we started. Today I feel like I can just kind of start. That's a very dramatic title. I thought it fit, okay? Like, what's the problem? Isn't that essentially exactly what we're gonna do? Oh yeah, I played this game earlier today. Big wreck. This game's cool. I'm looking forward to the full release of it. It's a roguelike auto-battler. And it's way more complex than anything similar I've played. Like, I played some TFT, I've played Battlegrounds, I played Dota Auto Chess, and this one is significantly more complicated at the like later tiers, but it's very well like constructed. So I'm excited for it to fully release. Comes out in like a month. Sort of has a Slay the Spire kind of, you know, layout to it here, but it's pretty intelligently constructed. I don't know. It could either flop hard depending on what's in the full game, or succeed beyond its wildest dreams. I think it hits a really nice sweet spot of easy to start, really, really difficult to master. And as you know, everybody loves a pick-free game. Oh! XD! I learned a game mechanic the demo didn't teach me. You can use experience to do various things like reroll, so you can either level your characters or use it in rerolling items, all the other stuff. Didn't know you could use it for forging. Not bad. Now you know. Now I know. Whoa. Comes out February 6th, so in like 2 weeks. Also, hello Genmilas, hello Kirby. Today, naive? Ah. I think we got it. Like, I think we got it pretty squarely in hand. I don't see what the problem is. Ah. The music when you load into the game really sets the tone for the rest of the stream, I feel. And you've got like the first, not the first half of the what? I missed the old TLS, the low stakes, high potential TLS, the stuck on the ground TLS. I hate the new TLS, the high fantasy TLS, the meta reality TLS. Sometimes I wish I was TLS. Are you, I know where the meme is from. Are you okay, Kirby? What spurred this? You can be my last sovereign. Hashtag romantic. You have a problem with a daddy fetish, but you want to be the last sovereign. Make it make sense. I was gonna say, the music when you load into the game really does so much to set the mood for the rest of the stream. There's so many streams where we just loaded into depressing-ass Janine Castle every single stream. God damn it, man, like 20 streams in a row. With just a doon, doon, doon. And now I'm here and I'm having the nice fucking in music, Steinford music. It's all good. We're so back. Make final decision. Yeah, let's finish. We've done everything in this section, right? Let's move on. I know you have a lot of concerns on your plate, but I have something else if you have time. I mean, We can't get any productive fucking done, so we might as well. If it's something you think is a priority, we'll do our best. I think also, Kirby, that it's more jarring now. Taking your meme seriously. And I know it is a meme, but it's a little jarring to have taken a break and come back during the period of the game where it's escalating a lot. I feel like it's gonna be a little jarring for me for like 1 or 2 streams until I feel like I'm back in the groove of things. Because I took like a month, 2-month break or whatever it was. So I think that's just kind of natural, the nature of the beast. It's not an urgent need, but I thought I'd take this opportunity to investigate Steinford more carefully, specifically its slums. All cities have worse regions, but the slums of Steinford are extensive and haven't improved much over many years. I guess that is odd. Have you come up with anything? I've noted this before, that it's like the one area that doesn't change with our progress. It's cool that the game points it out too, but I mean, I did chalk it up to the fundamentalist priestess here. Sometimes I reversed like 2018 when liking Kanye was okay. What are you talking about, Kirby? He just apologized earlier today. You can like him again. It's fine. Like, he's uncancelled. He did an apology and now everything's okay. We're back on the Kanye train. The curious issue is that the local church does have funds set aside for helping the poor, so I started there. And found out Annah took them for herself. No, I don't think even Annah would be corrupt in that way. She's trying to do the right thing, even if she's misguided. Perhaps she appropriated them for her purity projects? You have the same idea I did, Simon, but it doesn't seem to be that. Annah thought those funds were going for their intended purpose. If they've been redirected for years and she just hasn't noticed, I'm gonna be mad. So I looked into it a little further, but ran into barriers. I can't exactly go around spying as a high priestess. You need us to help? I'm not just sending you on errands. It's errands, right? Not errands. I don't know where I got errands from, but I think it's probably like a streamer or something I watched a while back. Would be my guess. I keep like accidentally picking up vernacular and ways to say things from listening to other people say it. I'm like a chameleon. I'm not just sending you on errands. I had some of my operatives figure out what they could do. Or what they could. They think that Annah isn't involved. The funds are getting diverted somewhere lower, but they've run into difficulties. Can we help them in some way? My operatives should be waiting to meet you at the Crimson Cape. They can tell you what they need. We'll do our best to get this dealt with. They said the Crimson Capes? Yeah, Crimson Cape, singular. Do I know the Crimson Cape? Have I been there before? I don't think so. Kanye totally hasn't done any damage with the years of anti-Semitism and weird racism. Clearly a single apology that will totally not be forgotten in a year will solve everything. Yeah! That's kind of what I was thinking, Kirby. So, you hit it right on the money. I think this will solve everything. I think we're... Actually, I think world peace might be on the horizon as well. Please, step right in. There's live music in the evenings, if you decide to spend any time in the common room. Steinford might be standing strong, but sometimes it feels like we stand alone. Yeah, I gotta find the optimal height for this shit for my arms. Like, I'm trying to move the... It's funny, because I adjusted it so it would be perfect for me, like the screen height and the desk height, but I didn't account for the extra height I would get from being on the treadmill. So I did all the setup without the treadmill down, so I have miscalculated. This doesn't go any higher. Then I should angle it slightly. Probably like slight up angle, like so. Yerp, it's more Sex RPG Monday. Don't say it like that. Have we had any sex in this game recently? I don't think so. I don't think most of these characters even know what sex is, I'm gonna be real. Well, it's not Morgan Monday, true. Do you think Simon knows what sex is? I don't think Simon knows what sex is. One of my favorite types of online discourse. Does X character know what sex is? Like, it started with Mario, I believe, but then you go to characters that have canonically had sex. Like, I've seen it about Geralt from The Witcher, right? Do you think Geralt knows what sex is? No. It's like, brother. Lately, we've been wanting to take on something more difficult. Sorry, didn't mean to blabber about our own stuff. I got a helpful YouTube comment that I checked yesterday, which tried a fine balance of not being too spoilery, but also reminding me of some stuff I forgot, which is I should check out the Ustrin and Genelon areas, see if there's investments and stuff there, since we won the war there and haven't gone back. Help those regions too, when we have the opportunity. Thank you for funding our Carnival of Bloodshed. I can't say it every time. He needs new lines. I just sound like a weirdo if I say it every time. Right? Now I gotta do it. Thanks for funding our Carnival of Bloodshed! There we go. Do you ever wonder if there's a prettier place than by the fountain? No! Don't lose the wonder of childhood! What? This one really got to you, huh, Yara? Now I'm like thinking, what if this also has the aura thing, but only children can feel it, and this will be a mind control statue. Steinford is free of sin, and the Duke's son might become king. I'm proud of how far our city has come. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't think... I liked it when he was mad. He seemed racist and not very good. The Gilded Lily shall stand for all time. Oh no, an investment advice without a disclaimer. Yeah, it is kind of... Honestly, I haven't replied to them yet in the comments. I should do that. I don't really want future investment advice, but I appreciated getting a reminder that those regions even existed, because I definitely did sort of forget that I could even go there. But, you know... Maybe I couldn't, because Robin was blocking the path on the teleport screen. So, she did say she was going to repair them, so... I'm probably temporarily locked out of them, but it's good to remember to go there and at least check it out when... where we can go there next time. Now that we're back here for a while, can we finally do something about this place? Up to and including having the Doom King flat in it. This is where I come in. I've actually had a few people looking into this. Oh? Do you have spies? I'm no spy master, but slaves are fundamentally an economic concern. Oh, hilarious misread by me. I read that as spies are fundamentally an economic concern, not slaves. I was like, spies are an economic concern? Okay, what's your unique perspective on this? I know that everything is an economic concern, but spies? I've been looking into it. Good work. Where are your people? Patrice is set to meet her contacts in the Pale Orchid. Orchid? It's Orchid, I think. But I'm not sure about the details. Pale Orchid. We're happy to accommodate everyone we can, but it's growing harder to meet our usual standards. I hate you. I love that it's all the really old white men as well. Topical. This game is really up to date with current world politics. Or you could say it's a timeless problem. They say it's not safe to enter the cathedral garden due to some sort of terrible visitors. High Priestess will reluctantly allow limited access to the Cathedral Garden during this time. So we're gonna go there later. I wanna check out some other stuff first. Every day we come closer to purging sin from Steinford. What's with the... What's with the demon void here? What's this weird magical indicator? Robin and I devised it as a way to track down points where we should take measurements of ambient magic. Similar to how we've seen disturbances due to tower magic in the past, we hope to gather information about potential divine magic. More measurement and research, and goody goody. And from this data, you expect to develop concrete intelligence about the crystal of Evala. Hopefully, at minimum, we'll be able to confirm a theory about influence from the Mother and the Goddess of Magic. I don't know why. I'm getting really self-conscious about how I say words today. Theory. Theory. I like skate by the O. Theory. Like when I'm saying it in a sentence, I skate by the O, and it goes weird. So like every other day, I know the curse of streaming and listening to yourself talk is that you get overly like concerned with how you say things. And I guess also every time you say a fucking Swedish J, it's fucked up because everyone in chat's like, ha ha, Swedish, aha, Swedish, what the yolk? Wow, that's crazy. That's a yolk right there. Oh, you mean an egg yolk? Oh, that's crazy. But that's just a theory, a game theory. Hopefully, at minimum, we'll be able to confirm a theory about influence from the Mother and the Goddess of Magic. The cult of the Goddess of Magic has been a stalwart ally. Oh, yeah, let's not interfere with them unless necessary. Yeah, I've definitely taken a little bit of a break because I read Goddess of Magic and my brain immediately went to the Mother. And I was like, stalwart allies? With that piece of shit? And then my brain was like, okay, let me replay back to who the Goddess of Magic is. Yeah, no, not the same party. That's why we're collecting thorough data here in Steinford. We might be able to learn something implicitly. It's okay, you're so much better than Psych at this. Well, that's fair, but ideally no one should be able to tell where I'm from based on my pronunciation or voice is the goal, right? Like I don't want to be observed. You should talk to me and be like, what country is he from? And you should never be able to pin it down, is the idea. I should just be like a net neutral. Why? Honestly, I blame Armada. And maybe early PewDiePie. When I grew up, there was a whole culture of like very much making fun of how Swedish people speak online, and I really dislike how prominent it is in Sweden to learn English in a way where you never try to learn how to actually pronounce things. It's like exceedingly common. Even people who are extremely good at English, fluent, and can understand everything, both verbal and written, will speak in a way where it's kind of hard to follow them because they have such an not a Swedish accent necessarily. It's more like they apply Swedish rules to English words, like pronunciation rules. And that feels like one of those things that you should fix if it becomes an impediment to your communication. I grew up around people that did that to the point that, like, when my dad speaks in English, I have trouble understanding what he's saying because he's got such a strong accent. And I think I'm veering too far in the other, like, corner, because now I'm trying to eliminate every trace of that when I probably realistically reached a point where it doesn't matter anymore, right? But I still get annoyed by it, even from, like, prominent content creators. Like, Lemino is one guy like that, where Lemino has a good English accent, but I can still instantly clock him as Swedish in a way that I find very slightly annoying. He's on the better side of it. The worst guy I think I ran into with this is a Tekken content creator who does insanely good video essay videos, but a combination of a pretty bad microphone and a very heavy Swedish accent just makes it unlistenable to me. It's like a cringe reflex, and it's not in any way logical. It's just something I've developed over the years. So I like to try to eliminate it in myself. It's also probably a result of the fact that when I speak Swedish, I stumble over my words a lot. So I've been training my pronunciation in English at the same time as I'm training it in Swedish to avoid that issue. Because I feel like it's much easier to understand me in English than it is in Swedish, which is kind of embarrassing. So I want to separate the two and get better at both, if that makes sense. So that's kind of where I'm at with my pronunciation. It's not a big deal, but it's why I kind of fixate on it a little bit. It also, honestly, it came up, you know, when this first started becoming a thing I did actively? It's when I started studying Japanese. Because my pronunciation of Japanese words it's so incredibly bad that I have to work insanely hard for it to be, like, understandable to someone who knows Japanese. Now I'm at the point where I can't even speak, like, even remotely fluently at all. Like, I don't even remember basic phrases anymore. But since I'm relearning the alphabets and or the sign... No, it's not sign languages. I guess it is their alphabets is the best way to phrase it. I also like prepping myself for learning to pronounce things that I can't pronounce right now. So it all bundles together just a general fixation around pronunciation. It's not really tied to any singular insecurity, I don't think. Aside from me want to communicate good, which is something I do outside of pronunciation too. I like to think about how to communicate information efficiently and without losing meaning to the listener. Both make it easy to digest, but also maintain as much of the original intent as possible and clarity, which is always like a lifelong struggle. As a kid, I wanted to become an orator. Fun fact. Like I tried to study public speaking, and I would stand in front of mirrors and just like make up speeches for like a short period of my life. It was probably like 3 or 4 months when I was 13. So it was more of a passing fixation, but I did have a period where I really was like, I enjoy talking to people and communicating, and I want to be better at communicating. I should learn how to do it better. Look at Kato over here. Yep. I'm definitely... I'm a theater kid who didn't get to go a theater program. Funnily enough. My dad was like, you have to go a nature-based program because they're the prestigeful ones that land you good jobs, which he was frankly correct about. I wouldn't have the job I have now if it weren't for the direction I took in high school. But I definitely am more of a theater kid at heart. That's why we're collecting thorough data here in Steinford. We might be able to learn something implicitly. Wait, I should also... I've not read a single one of your comments above, so let me just get through that. If I was trying to hear it, I would be able to tell, but if it makes you feel better, I didn't know you were Swedish until now, because I wasn't thinking about it. Yes! Yes! That's a win, baby! Let's fucking go! As someone with effectively no accent in daily life, unless I'm actively trying to inflect one, I just think the accent sounds nice. Yippee! I mean, it's funny to say no accent, but I know what you mean. There's a sort of defaultism to like a US accent that makes it easy to think that it isn't an accent. It's also kind of like what a lot of other foreign speakers with English as a third language or second language try to imitate. So it becomes sort of a default. But in a way, even that is an accent. Or in a way, it just is an accent. It's just not something we think about as an accent. If I were talking to you IRL though, I'd likely slip into a bootleg Swede accent though, mostly on habit, since it's easier for me to talk with inflections based on who I'm speaking to, if that makes sense. Yeah, it does. It's called mirroring. It's a real thing, and you are experiencing the concept of mirroring when you do that, which everyone does. You're just a little bit more aware of it than most. Yeah, there is no accent speech. Even stuff like oh, what's the language called? Human design language to be as easy to learn as possible. I forget what it's called now, and it annoys me. But even like a constructed language, a conlang, has that problem, or not. It's not a problem, but depending on where you learn it from, and even if you, I think there's been tests done about children learning it from a really young age. You will develop accents depending on like everyone around you, even if they don't speak the language. It'll just infest, or infest is such a negative word. It'll color your language, whether you want it or not. It's just like an automatic process. Let me see, conlang. Construct the language. It is. Can I see? I just want to see current ones. Why is this so hard to find? It's Tokipona is what I'm thinking of. But it's not the only one, but Tokipona is the one I'm thinking of specifically right now. Meant to be an extremely simple language. Anyway, that's enough of that. I think this is the third or fourth time I'm trying to read the sentence. That's why we're collecting thorough data here in Steinford. We might be able to learn something implicitly. Do you need any help? I may not be much for theoretical magic, but I do have divine healing magic. This method wouldn't work without you, Karina. Everyone else can rest for a moment, but please, come with us. Neat. And I gotta, right after we finish that discussion, take a quick break for a stupid reason. I'm overheating massively, so I gotta real quick remove my overpants and just have my workout pants. So I was running both at the same time, because it's cold as fuck inside. But when I'm walking, I don't care that it's cold, I prefer it cold. Now I'm overheating big time. Streaming without pants? Is it streaming without pants if I'm streaming in like essentially swimming trunks or like gym shorts? That's a type of pants, right? That counts. Like I'm just imagining. Okay, I gotta take those off later and go cock out. It'll be thematic with the type of stream we're doing. It's 24F here in Texas. You're gonna have to convert that to Celsius, like a real measurement for me to understand. Fahrenheit to Celsius. They just added like a drop-down box to like auto-translate. -4 Celsius. Funnily enough, exactly the same temperature as it is here right now. It is -5 outside right now. So, congrats. We have the same climate for once. But I assume our houses are built to be more insulated than Texas ones. Whatever changes in Steinford, I do hope we can keep our public garden. I'm so glad I live in Italy. And then, well, yeah, very fair. Ooh, hello. You'll never see Steinford bow to these tyrants. Well, kinda, yeah. Look, I get it. Like, the real Italian is the Florence dialect, and you can still tell if someone is from Florence anyway. Yeah. There's an interesting phenomenon where a bunch of dialects are dying out in Sweden, and accents are becoming less pronounced as more and more kids grow up with Stockholm-based social media. But even then, the like Stockholm accent is also homogenizing towards a hybrid that have fewer of its initial characteristics. So it's interesting how language changes like that. I'm starting to think that if I don't find a way to get back to Eustrin soon, I won't get another chance. Welcome to the Crimson Cape. How might I serve you today? At long last, this part of the city is safe for civilized folk again. Brother, you're on the opposite side of the slums in the richest corner of the city. Are you stupid? Welcome to the Crimson Cape. Piano, 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 piano. This is the guy who's been fixated on no one playing the fucking piano anytime we come over. Honestly, we should be able to sit down and play it just so that he finally feels like relief. Hello. Not to be forward, but do you work with Sarai? I'm the person she sent you to meet. Yes. Pleased to meet you. This is an unusual location. Is it? I mostly wanted to return to old haunts. Old haunts? Unless I'm much mistaken, you've seen combat. So, perhaps you were a mercenary? Excellently guessed. Perhaps we can get a drink before we discuss critical matters. A religious figure getting drinks? In my game? Ban this woman. Oh yeah, Italian dialects have been dying for so long. There were like so many short stories about the TV killing accents even in the 60s. Yeah. It's... As we move to a more globalized world, it'll be interesting to see how dialects and accents evolve. I'm also really curious. It's something that I don't really think there's any scientific data on, just because of the political climate, but I'm really curious how language development in China differs from in other parts of the world, just because of how shut down their media environment is. But in combination with the fact that they have such a huge population, the way they're so isolated from the rest of the world culturally means that I wouldn't be surprised if they have a different trajectory than the rest of the world. But they probably have similar causes. But if you can analyze the differences, get like a really huge data set, it'd be cool to see if there's a noticeably different trend there. After that, there's not much to tell. I knew I wanted to get out of the mercenary life, but I was only skilled at battlefield healing. And you connected with Sarai somehow? It might surprise you given how pious she can act, but Sarai cares most about doing good in the world. You don't say. Anyway, I split my time between healing in emergency situations and using other skills that Sarai lacks. So you found out what happens to the funds meant for the poor? Annah disperses them to several sanctified priestesses, and as far as I can tell, that part of the process is spotless. Okay. I've spoken with 2 of them, and they seem earnest, but they're not involved in the operations. They're just using the charity as a display of power to improve their status with nobles. So the funds are wasted on pet projects? Some, but not most. Many of them supposedly go to a housing project, one that has done remarkably little to help. So they're either being wasted due to incompetence or being funneled elsewhere. I'm guessing that's where you need us to get involved? That's right. No one in the project will speak with me, and pushing would risk breaking my cover. The project headquarters are supposedly just inside the slums. I've acquired this key. If I can't go in there and grab my... I think it was like 10 swords or 10 shields or some shit that I missed on the wall in Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. It's over. This game is getting a 0 stars. Enter and find whatever you can. Good luck. I've noticed an immediate problem. I actually gotta change properly because my legs are chafing. I've got bad gear for this. It was way better yesterday, but those clothes are in the dryer. So, BRB. I'll also go bathroom real quick. It's been about 45 minutes. Hell yeah, no pants. That wouldn't help. Going no pants would be worse. Then I would shave even harder. Skin against skin for like an hour plus is not a good... let me rephrase that so I don't sound like a virgin. Leg against leg in the context of walking for an hour doesn't feel very good. Be right back. Be right back. You should go bathroom or take like a get refreshments during this as well. BRB. Welcome back, myself. I'm back. Accidentally pressed F12 with my water bottle when I put it down, but I was tabbed out, so we're safe. It's really funny. The pair of underwear I changed into, I got from a Smash trip where my luggage was lost, or rather delayed. It didn't go on the same flight as me. So I needed emergency clothing. I asked a different Smasher to get them for me, or like I asked for help in the Discord, and one guy was really kind to give it to me. At the time, I was really thankful, but at the same time, I was like, you picked the worst underwear ever. Like, I've never felt a pair of underwear that I know is gonna break harder than these. Like, these feel flimsy and bad and not good, but like, I appreciate it. I'll pay you back and cool. Obviously didn't say any of that, but, you know, judging quality is still something you kind of just do. And over the years, I've been proven so wrong. I've gone through so much, but, you know, like every 2 or 3 years, they just kind of break, get holes and stuff. These ones I've had for like 7, and they're completely fine. Not 7, it's more like 5 years. And they're completely the same as when I got them. And they're way comfier while doing exercise than anything else I have. So, at first I was like, I owe that guy an apology. Like, Jesus, obviously I didn't say anything, but in my mind, I owe him an apology. And then I look him up. He got giga cancelled for being for like sexual misconduct while drunk. And I was like, I don't owe him an apology. Great stuff. Great stuff. Fun aside. I keep thinking about it every time I use them. Like, dang, that guy had good taste in boxers. I saw only picked up angel hair socks last time the drop merged. I now appreciate a solid pair of socks. And the Manscaped undies were like the best ones I've ever had. Fair enough, yeah. I haven't had, what's it called? Angel hair socks or really any high quality socks. But boxers I definitely appreciate good pairs of these days. When my stuff breaks next time, I'll definitely buy quality, now that I have an income and can. Thank the goddess for the crystal of Ivala. No, kill the goddess for the crystal of Ivala. I'm not listening. This room is reserved. Rose in the corner, looking away from us. I'm not listening. I'm not even gonna hear you out. Wah, wah. I think you're so cool. Please, sir, we're on duty. Never... Wait, actually, wait. No, yeah, never mind. I thought that was the other side for a second. Redeem prawn. I was like, I can use sex to get prawn. I disapproved of the new nations at first, but the massive increase in investment has won me over. It's like a limited time thing. Yeah, makes sense. You just gotta time all those deals. I tried to as well. We might be able to use our position with the bank to our advantage, but we need a better understanding of the local situation first. Makes sense. Yeah. It's so much easier to get funding here than to compete with everyone in Givini. So Steinford is poorer than Givini now. That's interesting. Sir, given the circles you move in, I don't think our humble bank can be of much service to you in normal terms. Yeah, that makes sense. Game code for get the fuck out of here. Hello, Kara. It's a pleasant surprise to see you here. You skipped 3 guards, how could you? Hello, since everyone's traveling here, I asked Riola to transport me so that I could enjoy the gardens. I enjoy the High Priestess and her followers much less, but I find the beauty itself very calming. Do you... should I help in some way? I was never an important priestess, but I could... You don't need to do anything but enjoy yourself, Kara. Thank you. I'll enjoy the garden a while longer, then head back to read more. Huh? Real dialogue? You know, we're not supposed to talk to people while we're on duty, but I've never understood why. It's not like it makes us worse guards. Unless they think speaking makes us less imposing. Is our function less to actually guard the vaults than to provide the threat of force? Does that make us a little better than human scarecrows? I think about that a lot sometimes while I'm on duty. If the bank manager ordered me to stab someone, could I do it? Would that even be legal? We're not city guards, just employees of the bank. It would be a bit absurd of them to give us weapons that we can't use, wouldn't it? Is that almost criminal in itself? But I spend a lot of time thinking about it I spend a lot more time thinking about if I could actually stab another human being, or an elf, or a dwarf, or even a succubus, I think. I mean, we're required to do basic training to hold this position, so I'm not inexperienced. I've fought monsters before, and I'm reasonably strong, so the mechanics of the stab wouldn't be difficult. But there's a difference between being able to stab something and being able to stab someone. At least I think there would be. To look into the eyes of another being with thoughts and a soul and try to end their life. I know soldiers do it, but I don't think I have it in me. Does that make me weak? Some certainly thought I was a coward in wartime, but I joined the corps that kept monsters under control. I don't feel like a coward. Would I know it if I was? I've had the opportunity to run from the threat of death, and I haven't. But I've never been in a situation where I'd need to cause death to another intelligent being. So I spend a lot of time thinking about that. I wonder if I'm already closer to murder than some people. My mother, for example, can't bring herself to harm animals during butchering season. I'm familiar with pushing a blade into a living being, so the blood and guts never bothered me. I didn't even consider that capacity until I thought about how it bothered her. Does that mean that for all my doubts, I'm actually closer to a murderer? But if so, does that mean a normal butcher is akin to a killer? A butcher might have the capacity, but I think that's different than having the drive to actually commit to the act. Which is why sometimes I'm grateful that I'm really just a glorified scarecrow here. The worst we deal with are unruly clients or petty thieves. I wonder if we represent that sort of stability, or if we actually represent the type of killer that I could never be, though. Whew, thanks for letting me get all that off my chest. Please, sir, we're on duty. Please, sir, we're on duty. Holy shit. Holy shit. I was ready to be so mad at you. I was so ready to get mad at you for stalling there. That's why I didn't say anything and just sat there. Thank you so much for making me go back there. That's a banger joke and a real as fuck conversation. That's so good. What's the achievement I got? Let me double check what it said. Garrulous Guard. I'll teach you to ask about the weather. 0.7% of players have this achievement. Garrulous. Excessively talkative, especially on trivial matters. Huh. Never heard that word before. I was entirely expecting you to just flat ignore me. I don't do that to people. I would have ignored you if I would have called you out and be like, you're so annoying, and then done it. If I didn't want to play into the bit of doing it silently. But then, like, my entire action plan was to go, ignore you, go talk to them, not get anything, and then call you stupid for telling me to go back. Goodbye, Kirby. Good luck with blueprints. It's a good game. Another point? Give us a moment. Accepting succubi is just the beginning. Soon they'll be elevating peasants as well. Why are you even here? To mock me further? Sister Anna, do you really think that I don't want what's best for Steinford? You're here to throw your weight around and conquer Steinford as you've conquered everywhere else. As usual, your wantonness gets the better of you. All of you are... Ahem. You. I still don't understand why a unwoman would cooperate with such things. I've given my life to shield others from harmful sexual magic. That hasn't changed. You may think that, but it doesn't change the fact that you're working with a conqueror. Sister, we've gotten off on the wrong foot. We just wanted to ask you for cooperation in... Cooperation? You mean submission! If that was our intent, we would have used force to pass through your blockades. Instead, we're here to speak to you. You're trying to get me twisted up. I won't allow it. Anna, truly, if we cannot work together, can you at least give us permission to enter restricted areas? Areas critical to the church will remain off limits, but areas we have restricted for the good of others... Perhaps. Oh, thank you. I need you to say more about that perhaps. Yeah, imagine we get there and she just hasn't done jack shit. If you're really here to cooperate, I need you to do something for me first. I've banned the foul taverns in the slums, yet alcohol is still smuggled in. It still leads to drunken debauchery. And what do you want us to do about it? Get drunk? There are drunks lingering outside many bars in the slums. Stop this behavior, one way or another. I suppose we will do what we can. Take care of it, and I'll give you access. So, our task is to change human nature. Obviously, we cannot simply reform the slums, but we might be able to fix her superficial problem for now. Assuming that she'll even keep her word. Robin, do you think we could just sneak past her barriers? Most likely, though the question would be if we left evidence that the High Priestess might notice. I can't promise that cooperating with Annah would go well, but I'd like not to make her a hardened enemy. It's difficult to see the proper path through this. Consider carefully, but also consider that access to those areas might be more important. The High Priestess is still upset about Goonfall, and I think she's taking out her frustration on others. Let's see if we can figure something out. Hello again. Thanks for your contribution to our business. We were wondering if you might be interested in some odd trends. Potentially. What, specifically? Steinford is self-sufficient in most ways. We have farmland, lumber, mining, and so on. One thing we do struggle to acquire is many kinds of magical ingredients. Before the Third Arclentian War, both the Academy and the Church stockpiled those. To last out a potential siege, I assume. I recall the Academy occasionally having shortages. So the odd thing is that we've been noticing more orders from that sort of thing. Especially from the Church's end. There's not a war on the horizon, is there? No, we hope that Arkland will be peaceful in the near future. Ahem. About that. However, that's the sort of precaution that someone might take if they expected economic sanctions against the region. Which we would definitely do if Annah made enough trouble. You think she's up to something? I can't comment on the politics, but it makes sense from a supply perspective. Perhaps we should learn more. Here, I'll give you the numbers of what I've observed. Hope that helped. You've been excellent for stability and for business, so we'd like to support you. Hopefully, your numbers will help us maintain stability. Just a random thought I just had. I really like the way the threat escalation goes in this game. It's pretty non-traditional. The way they paint up the Incubus Emperor is as sort of the ultimate end-all be-all evil, and then you get there and beat him, then he's not. The next threat you face is the Incubus fucklord guy, Estevan, and he's kind of pathetic, but chaotically powerful. He's not painted as a threat in nearly the same way, where like he towers over you and it's something you have to rise to. It's more a equal force that you have to outmaneuver. A very different dynamic. And now, when we've acquired the most power we've ever had, we face the first threat where we know basically nothing. We have no information on the Tanarak and the Chaos Child. And it's really neat how the way that they escalate the stakes isn't just harder, stronger, faster, but the nature of the problem changes as well. When we didn't have resources, it was all about acquiring it. Then we got resources and we were forced to use them in uncomfortable ways. Rip the Impaler. And now it's about information and understanding our enemy more than anything. I think that's neat. I like that. Once again, I gotta solve a quick issue. 1 second. I removed my sock when I was changing, and I was like, that's fine. I walk with Crocs anyway, so like this'll be perfectly fine. No! Turns out you can chafe against a Croc as well. With your bear skin. So a sock goes on so that I do not chafe. These are problems that I never had before, because I didn't walk enough in Crocs indoors, or without proper gear on, to realize they actually matter. There we go. And I'm walking again. Thanks for helping out the store. We'll give you a great discount. Isn't this like a 20% discount? It's like nothing. Wait, I gotta... Do you have anything else to say? No. I hope that one day items designed for combat will no longer be necessary. Now we have an unknown variable flexing specific abilities beyond raw numbers in dipshit magis. This neat. I agree. Exactly. The nature of the beast has changed. Trying to get into the mining industry is starting to look like a terrible idea. I've been waiting so long. Imagine standing in the same store for like a year plus. We're getting a lot more adventuring types these days, but really, we only have basic potions. Yeah, you're useless to me. What happens if I buy one? Are you gonna give me a special dialogue? Nope. Can't believe the optimal run is finished. I have too few sex now. I can't pay for the final thing in the game now because I spent 100. It's over. Are you looking for that sweet halfling? She's in the second room from the left. Sweet halfling. Oh. Hey, you made it. Finally, I would never consider this the sweet halfling. If anything, I would consider this the terror demon. Patrici, why aren't you in Yihilin? I assumed you were sending contacts to do this work. I mostly did, but it's not like the airships need my full attention. Steinford is my territory, so I wanted to get involved. Besides, it's easy to get information when you're an innocent-looking little wife like I am. I'm pretty sure I know what wife means, but I'll double-check anyway. Removed by hardship, loss, or other helpless circumstances from the original surroundings. Exactly, yeah. I did know what it meant. Idiot, what if you had been captured? Miguel. Oh, so you do care. Shut up, you little imbecile. Risking yourself in something like this is just pure stupidity. Oh, come on. I got all the information that you wanted, and nothing went wrong. These people have lust-based magic at their disposal. A great deal could have been compromised. I'm not that stupid, Miguel. If they'd started taking me or other agents, automatic contingencies would have raised an alarm. They would have actually contacted Simon. All his succubi could more than handle any lust thrown at us, right? We'd be happy to. Such a shame I didn't get myself captured then. All of that aside, what's this lust-based magic they're using? How did they acquire it? Oh, it's just what was used on me. Artifacts and magic derived from the Incubus Emperor's cache. Yeah, and some lust bombs that slavers used on us way back when. They're not very common. I know Lady Antila was resourceful, but I'm surprised that she'd allow such valuable artifacts to be given to common slavers. Lady Antila was the girl that had a portrait that we killed. We thought would be a real character, but we killed. I want to say right before the Fucklord War, or right before a different war. I believe she was behind the people as well, like most of those segments. I could be wrong, but I think that's her. We know we took care of all the slave collars, but that's no reason to be reckless. Okay, mother. This may be relevant, but we're dancing around the topic. Patrici, what did your agents learn? The Gilded Lily is still abusing poor young women, but less frequently, and they're needing to go further to get them. High Priestess Annah may be a bitch, but all her prohibitions did make it more difficult for the Gilded Lily to acquire slaves. So, they went to another source, since the root problem is demand, not supply. Where? That's harder to say. The women the local succubi rescued were from outlying villages or other parts of Ardaheim, but they couldn't point to any specific source. You've done a good job cracking down on slavers, but it seems they have some kind of highly secret contact. We couldn't find him, whoever he is. Don't like to see that P and then interrupted. That's probably not good. Still, that's better than nothing. Thank you, You think that's... Okay, it wasn't anything bad. I thought it would be like, BAM! Explosion. Think that's all I could do? No, we have fresh intelligence about a meeting between some of the nobles behind the Gilded Lily. Well, that'll be quite useful. Will their nobility protect them, though? I'm guessing we can't just stab them. We'll keep them alive, but their status won't protect them. Not this time. Alright, Simon. Does that mean we get a chance to play with them? Yes, we need to root this out once and for all. And even if we use full force, we need more information. They're going to meet in the slum store that used to be a sex shop. Good luck! I know where that is. I'm going to stay for a while before going back to Yihilin, since I'd like to see this through to the end. That halfling is such a dear, so kind and helpful. She would snap your neck in an instant. For fun. At this point, you can get your own damn beer. Okay, you're not getting a tip. I work here, then after work I drink here. My life is sad. Jesus, man. This might be the saddest thing I've read in the game so far. I can't believe you're here. Sorry, but do we know you? Simon, surely you remember me. Mestan, it's Mestan. Your house was south of mine in Fairholm. I know they've said awful things about you, but you repaired the lower hinge on my door that one time. What brings you to Steinford? That's quite a journey at your age. I know, but I felt I had to do something with my life yet, and I can risk what time I have left. Fairholm is getting worse. I fear it may soon die if nothing is done, so I came to request aid. Might be where they get the slaves from. I don't know the exact population of Fairholm. Have you had any luck? Not so far. Merchants seem uninterested despite our location, and most travelers are looking for more excitement than a failing town. Yeah, I know who this is. I just assumed it was Mestan in a disguise before we got the confirmation. You're probably not going to get many takers. The location is good, but you lack the infrastructure for it to be a trading hub. Oh. Miguel, don't be cruel. What? It's just the truth. Perhaps we could do something to help, if it's allowed. Because I want to point out how this is like a real thing. I really like when they mix like humor and poignant lessons. And this is one of them. I know they've said awful things about you, but you repaired the lower hinge on my door that one time. The one truth is that people will remember what you do, but they'll remember the small things, not the bigger things. And first-hand experiences are like the best way to have like proof against, not proof, but like get capital, social capital with someone. Where if someone says like, you know, Simon is a horrible, horrible person, if all their memories with you are positive, they're gonna be very doubtful of that information. But they're not gonna think of like the biggest things. They're gonna think of the small things, the small kindnesses, because that's where your real character really shines through, I think, where it becomes most obvious how, like, what type of person you are. And repairing the lower hinge of my door doesn't sound like something that had a reward. It sounds like something he just did because he's a goat. Perhaps we could do something to help if it's allowed. I would take any help offered, but others... No, I don't think we should ask anything of you. I understand. We wish you the best of luck in the rest of your trip. Iris, begin drawing up plans regarding what it would cost to improve Fairholm. Happily, my lord. I may be old, but that means I have time to bug everyone until someone helps Fairholm. Fetch a broom. How's it going in the sewers? Or in the basement? Comdom doesn't want to go to the icky place for no reason. Aw. I know several people who have visited the Crystal Vivala, and they say that it's everything the church promised. That's not good. They say Rebels Pass is unsafe, because it's been inhabited by disgraced mercenaries. We're gonna go there for sure. Really? We're doing this? Are they super ultimate tower rats? I don't know what that means, but there are corrupted rats in the basement again. Killing rats was trivially easy for us back when we started years ago. It sounds like something the Chosen would do. If you really want to, you can take care of it. By the way, we did some remodeling down there. We broke into a pre-existing structure, so it will look a little different. Be careful. This is gonna be like the hardest dungeon in the game or some shit. Is this the Giga Dungeon people talked about. What the fuck? Brother. Fuck do you mean remodeled? Where the fuck did you even get the obsidian blocks? Another point? Give us a moment. And the purple candles. The purple candelabras. And the blue candles. And the skull heads. And the coffins. Oh my god. Not him. Thanks for clearing out the rats. Here's a little something for your trouble. What? Received Eldritch Drought, Holy Drought, and Shining Sword times 5. Brother. Brother! Hey, we didn't receive any of those things. Of course not. It was some fucking rats. Take your 100 sex. God fucking damn it! This game sucks ass. Consensually. Ah, there's nothing like a good brew before a hard day's work. I hate this game. They say the mine is filled with monsters made of stone that can barely be damaged. The bit was goated. No, because it was on my... what's it called? My expense. Garbage bit. I feel like I'm getting the hang of this now. I hope that I'm not holding you back. No, you seem to understand the underlying mechanics well. You're quite helpful. I still feel clumsy compared to all of you, however. I'm just a combat mage. Come dumb things, Healy ladies, very nice and also smart. I appreciate that, Cum. We're not humoring you either. Your connection to divine magic is quite flexible. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. The different branches of magic have fundamentally different character. Arcane magic, as you'd expect, is rigidly established for everyone. Though divine magic is hardly arbitrary, it does require more of a personal connection from the mage. My training leads me to struggle with that. And all my experience makes me less able to deal with any divine magic that has a purity angle. Maybe if there was a lust-based goddess, but otherwise it's not happening. Over-under on there being a lust-based goddess when we're done with the game, by the time we're done with the game. Cumdom thinks many different sparklies are pretty, but touching them? Nope. Cumdom can only play with some. Still, I'm glad to have all of you helping me. Let's get to work. Stupid fucking rats, man. We are the rats. Rats. We are the rats. Rats. We are the rats. Mummy gives me some money now, so I'm saving it to buy armor. Young Hilsara be like. Soon, I'll have saved enough to buy the most expensive of all armors. Okay, Arthas Menethil. I'm just not sure what the Duke is thinking. Fun fact, there are more than double the number of shiny swords in Chapter 5 to collect than the second largest number in all the chapters. Great. I look forward to drowning in them. I mean, I did just get 5 of them, right? Okay. Cope. We stock the finest armor, imported from the finest smiths all over Ardaheim. Absolutely nothing I would want. Once I dreamed of having a shop here, but the way things have gone, I'm glad I never took the plunge. How the fuck is it in the changing room? Rob and I will handle this as quickly as possible. People will think weird things about us. Also, if I've ever seen a fucking hidden door, it's this mirror. This is just door-shaped. Trade isn't flowing through the city, and our fashion is falling behind. This is tragic, I tell you. Tragic! We accommodate all clothing needs here, even for adventurers. The idea of having succubi around here scares me a bit, but if they defended us before, they can't be too bad. You can visit if you want. Sure, I want to go there before we go to the slums, I think. I think we should meet the Duke of Steinford right away. Anything we need to review first? Not really. He'd have been a mediocre merchant if it wasn't for his position. He's fairly inactive on the political stage, but his son, Donovan, has higher aspirations. Oh, they're related? Aiming for the Arden throne through Tina. This meeting will set the tone, so let's see what he wants. Welcome, welcome. So glad to have you finally visit Steinford. Thank you for inviting us. We hope to find and eliminate the Incubus King as soon as possible. Very good, but I hope you will take the opportunity to do some other business while you're here. I believe we could collaborate together profitably. Starting to believe there's not an Incubus King here, and that was just an excuse to get us here for X or Y reason. The Doom King prefers to take a hands-off approach, but what did you have in mind? On that note, Donovan, come over here, boy! Good to see all of you again. Okay, it's not the asshole. I forget which one's the biggest asshole of them all, but it wasn't this guy. This guy was like an asshole, but he wasn't the biggest of the assholes. He's like top 3. You see, my heir has spent much time in Givino Vinay and Ardford, but he's traveled wider. In that time, he's picked up a number of mages. Turns out, our local high priestess is less powerful than we thought. I'm particularly disappointed in her inability to keep out the kind of filth she preaches about despising so much. Okay, so I assume you're undermining her, and that's part of the reason she's failing. He's like second biggest, right? Yeah, isn't this guy like either a rapist or just like classic, if I get married to you, I own you type of deal? I believe it was one of the two. I mean, they tend to be connected, but I forget which tier he's on. There have been succubi working under our noses for years. Never fear, my boy. Alright, never fear. My boy is merely passionate. This discovery has led us to actually reconsider a few things. What exactly do you mean? The Church of Vivala might still be powerful, especially with the Crystal Vivala, but Annah is out of favor and weakening. And she gets in the way of a lot of good fun. Maybe it's time to dump the bitch. Kill the hoe. Her position here is an Evalan tradition. You can't snub her without going against the entire church. What Donovan means to say is that perhaps the High Priestess should focus more on spiritual matters. Not a rapist as far as I know. Yeah, I think he just had very rapey dialogue about Eliani. Like, you know, you're mine when we get married or whatever. But I don't think anything is confirmed. I think it's just a petty rich bitch. Yeah, we're not required to let her have so much influence over our city. But such a delicate matter would leave us with fewer friends. We'd hope that the Doom King might look upon these changes favorably. The Doom King stays out of church politics, and we came here only to nip a potential warmonger in the bud. Having said that, we're committed to working for the good of Steinford. Perhaps we can discuss these matters profitably. Excellent, excellent. We need to do something about all those succubi, though. We were hoping you might tell us how to take care of them. We may not be here for politics, but the well-being of succubi is our concern. Who's this? Iris speaks for the Doom King as much as I do. If you're willing to accept their presence, I'd be happy to offer your support, or my support toward coexistence. Given how Annah preaches, it's not going to be so easy. This isn't the Shalish States. Perhaps we should treat them as a foreign house. Tina would be the better price, but if not her, perhaps you could marry a succubus noble. He's about to melt down. He's about to have a full-on gamer moment. Never mind, I forgot that he's a creep. It's his biggest dream to marry a succubus that he owns. Yep, never mind. Maybe. Tell me, succubus, can you use sexual magic without draining a man's soul? Okay, he's just a gooner. It's possible, yeah. Give us some time to scout for the new Incubus King. We'll also investigate your succubus problem and see how densely they occupy the region. Very good! We shall await your report. Investigate this mysterious new succubus problem, huh? You sly dog. Don't speak to your daddy like that. On the other hand, Donovan somehow made sexual magic seem less appealing. I don't like the man, but it's possible that we may be able to negotiate with him and his father. Maybe, but I think the real issue here is that Tina needs to bang someone sexy. Are you saying that Royal Donovan isn't sexy? That's crazy. Yeah, either her crush or her childhood friend would be way hotter. Ooh, or both. Donovan's attempt at Tina's hand are secondary. We need to discuss the potential massive change in this region. I have to admit that I misjudged the Duke. He might have played a background role, but he's astute. The leaf has fallen off the tree, hasn't it? Steinfort can't go back to the way it was before. I really like... This is like my favorite type of world building. When you adapt a real life saying and figure of speech into like a fantasy context with the same meaning. The leaf has fallen off the tree. What's the real life one? It's not the leaf has fallen off the tree. What's the real life one? It's not like the apple. It's the apple, right? Wait, is it? No, it's not. Isn't it like... No. It's not... Because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree is the one I know, and that's not what she's referring to. She's referring to, like, the ball has started rolling, you can't stop it, you know. But I forget what the actual saying is. I think it's something with a rock. I could be wrong. I gotta close or open my window, because it is getting hot as fuck in here. Or I am getting hot. And not in the sexy way, sadly. I guess technically I am over a long period of time, because I'm losing a little bit of weight and building muscle. So I guess technically by some definition that works too. I suspect they don't have full knowledge of the succubi in the region, but you're right, we need to work with this. One simple option, the die has been cast, that's the one. That's the one, thank you. It is the die has been cast. I don't know why I thought rock, it is die. I just really love when you adapt stuff like that, and it's so cleanly elvish. It's also funny that it comes from her instead of from Aurelicy. It feels like the type of thing that Aurelicy would say, but I also like that it's something Lineen says instead here. It's just good. It's good stuff. We need to stop using fancy language and therapy speak and all that stuff when you can just say, think good. It's fun. I like it. It make happy. One simple option would be to use this to push Annah out of favor and integrate the succubi fully into Steinfort. That might be a good endgame, but I don't think change is going to happen that easily. I don't think it would be wise to antagonize Annah necessarily. She's not the enemy. I actually agree. From speaking to Yellarel, I think that if we were perceived as acting too aggressively to conservative Evalans, it could backfire. Quite a sticky situation. Can you see a middle path through all this, Simon? I'm not sure. No matter what we do, we'll offend some, so let's investigate thoroughly. If we gather information dutifully, we could be the only people in Steinfort with the full picture. Let's investigate everything, then go confer with Sarai. Don't come off too strong. Don't fuck over Annah. Ideally, we do this in a way where Annah can't prevent us without us ruining her. Probably doable. Anything you need is back the other way. Very few people are allowed into the Duke's estate. Please don't take that as license to explore. Best of luck out there! Don't think we'll sit around and let you do everything. I intend to take a hand in Steinfort's future as well. Okay, nerd. I've been kept waiting for 3 days and you just waltz in? Absurd. I could kill you with my fingertip. Big brother Donovan is so cool. Daddy says he's gonna be king. Uh-oh. can make you something if you really want, but... well, I'm fine. Hello, Eliani. Ah, hello! Eliani, did you manage to arrange a visit to support us? I actually don't know what you're doing here, which is enough to tell you that this is just a coincidence. Stop by the Blue Rose and we can give you more information, but what is your business here? I'm partially representing New Javini, partially responding to a personal invitation from Donovan. The latter is not exactly pleasant, but it's expected, and I wanted the opportunity to do some research. On what? The Duke of Steinford, among other politicians, is attempting to resurrect treaties and agreements from the old Javini. Surely those are no longer valid. They may not be legally binding, but many Javini nobles find them compelling, returning to our former glory and all of that. But since Javini's records are long destroyed, we have to take the old documents we're being given entirely on faith. I'ma hit you with some highbrow intellectual advice, Eliani. Maybe don't do that. Ah, and you thought you might be able to find more accurate records here in Steinford. Exactly. The courtiers thought it was foolish, but I knew you'd understand. If I can find unmodified copies of the agreements, we could prevent anyone from putting undue pressure on New Javini. I imagine the Duke hasn't been very accommodating in that regard. Yes, I'm obviously not going to find any sensitive documents in the library he lets me access. Would you like to come along with us? We might be able to get you into locations that might otherwise be restricted. That would be wonderful! One generic succubus solution coming up. Can't even mask her as a different person. Gotta mask her as a succubi. It's fucked up, man. The Duke has a good collection of books, but he doesn't allow much access. It's quite frustrating. Okay, so go in here at night. Robin and I will handle this as quickly as possible. The Duke has usually listened to the church, but these days he's frustrating the High Priestess more and more. Whatever else you might say about him, the Duke is excellent when it comes to bookkeeping. The Duke doesn't allow many people into his estate. You should feel honored. And the other guy, you can come and go as you please. Not that we can stop you. Yeah, we kinda... Again, we are walking nukes at this point in the story, I believe. This is the fashion shop, right? Yeah. This is our inn, which I believe we are the only ones staying at. Yeah, there's no other way to go. We talked to everyone down here. We talked to everyone in the bar. There might be some people right at the entrance of the city. I also want to go outside the city as well at some point. Do you know our rule about murdering people? The rule is, don't. Some people like the idea of Donovan marrying Tina, but I don't know if that would actually be good for Steinford. You gotta chill with the political savviness, or they might execute you. I thought that shop was closed, but people come and go at strange hours. It's closed on paper, okay? It's not closed in practice. This is where Patrice said the meeting would take place. Should we wait for the proper time and ambush them? Not yet. The date isn't for a while, but let's get it done while we're in Steinford. Yep. Not to pressure you, but has your work come up with anything concrete yet? A picture is starting to form, and I'm afraid it complicates things. I don't think Anna is behind all this. The magic is so tricky and whooshy! So that means... whoever is behind this mockery fully expects people with our capabilities to attempt to track them down. They appear to have set up the magic so that it's linked to all major church figures, but in different and unclear ways. Does that imply the person responsible is within the church and trying to hide themselves? Or could it be someone else entirely? We'll need more information to rule out the church itself being set up. I don't think so. My gut says that whoever's doing this knows Ivala well, even if they're twisting that knowledge. Ooh, is Healy Lady's tummy smart about these things? I can't say for sure, but I'm just thinking back to my past experiences with Ivala. They're gonna be so mad at Ivala when we go meet her, for sure. When we meet Ivala, our party's gonna be so mad. Especially Sarai and Karina, for sure. Because she's not gonna be what they expect her to be. Sarai's already talked about what happens to when a goddess is like under her consideration or not what she wants it to be. There's a connection to Ardford, but that's obvious given the crystal. There also leads to follow up on in Aram. Let's get as much information as we can. Feels like everything is coming apart. Yeah, the place looks worse than before even. The way things are changing, I'm starting to worry it's too big a risk to come out here. What is... Are you wearing like a tiara? Is that what that is? I guess that's what that is. Okay, just dead people up there, great. Drug addicts maybe? It says seized for use of the church, but it just seems to be locked. Does the key from Sarai's operative fit? It does. Looks like it's time for some skulking. Guess we'll do this first. I remember missing some collectibles in here, and now I'm obsessed with it. They better let me get the collectibles that I missed. They won't. It's too late. I think I missed a chest or something. Locked. It looks like our key doesn't fit. This is an ordinary door. Surely it can't actually stop us. Obviously we could smash it, but I thought we were trying to be stealthy. I can get it open with a little lockpicking spell. Just a little something I picked up in my spare time. I never got to use it because we usually deal with heavily reinforced or tower doors. And just why are you learning how to unlock doors? No reason. My favorite little sociopath. Maybe I should have said I love her. It wouldn't be what she wanted, but I do like her a lot. There you go, master. Okay, for a moment, thought exercise. Imagine a relationship with Trin. Yay or nay? Probably nay. This one actually has spell defenses. I can get it unlocked, but not without leaving a trace. Let me see if I can't help with that. Hey, that was actually easy with your help. But just why do you know anything about lockpicking spells? Nay. And you're too reasonable. Funny part is, I had a one-night stand with someone who I later learned was really, like, I won't say unstable, but could not communicate in a good way. And it was really funny because another female friend of mine was like, whatever you do not get in a relationship with someone like her. And I was like, sorry, my bad, I'll be a better judge of character. I'm sad that you think I would, but like, I get it. You're looking out for me. That was a good time. But just why do you know anything about lockpicking spells? Well, for a while, the Incubus Emperor had a fetish for locking For a while, the Incubus Emperor had a fetish for locking things, sticking the key in his dick, then breaking it with cock strength. I feel like I just underwent like a hard reset. Like my PC rebooted in my mind. Jesus Christ. I really can't tell if you're joking. Do you think I came up with that fetish? Perhaps I've been hiding it and used this opportunity to bring it up indirectly. You're alright, Riala. Jesus Christ. She's very obviously not clingy. That's true. If you could get... I don't think she would show the respect that she shows Simon to me in that scenario. I don't think I've earned it. So, I don't know. She doesn't seem to have been very nice to her previous masters. I think it's confirmed that she's killed like 2 of them or some shit, right? She would lead me into an early demise no matter what, for sure. Found 50,000 sex. Whoa! That might be useful, but this is money that was supposed to go for the poor Steinfurt, isn't it? Most likely. We could have so much more equipment if we didn't keep using all our money to help people. Yeah, you might even have a dagger. Now you know how I feel about sex. I appreciate how much you both sacrifice. We need to make sure this money is used for the right purposes. Imagine if Akka had a dagger. Well, it's obvious that this warehouse isn't being used to assist the poor, but I'm honestly surprised. I was expecting another slaving operation or something. Instead, it's just mostly empty. Looks like this room contains a lot of records. Let's split up to search them. Let's split up and search for clues, Shaggy. Swoink, Scooby. This is all a bit confusing. I'm not sure we're any closer to finding a solution. I disagree. The records give strong hints that the clergy in Steinford have complex interconnections with the nobility. That seems like exactly what we're looking for, no? Really? Isn't that, like, a conflict of interest? It's not uncommon. In Ardford, all the military branches have to deal with the political appointments. It's also common for second or third children to join the church if they don't have a particular talent for something else. Since I've worked with the Inquisition, I haven't seen so much of it, but... Yeah, that's fair, Above. I think... I don't know. She would kill me. I feel like I'm too annoying. That's the crux of it. I think I, as a person, am too annoying, and she would just find a way to kill me. She'd, like, trip me in a really, like, inconvenient way, and I'd land on my face and, like, break my skull or something. Like, she'd just be really annoyed at me really fast. I'm too much of the nerd type, and she already doesn't like Robin, and Robin is, like, way less annoying than I am. So, I feel like I would fear for my life. Won't she out-annoy you? No! She would just fucking kill me. Seems like a type to take on a challenge. I don't think she would take on that type of challenge. I don't think she would, like, out autism me. I think she would just either walk away or ruin my life to prove a point. Like, the challenge wouldn't be to do what I do, but better. The challenge would be to ruin my life. And that wouldn't be particularly difficult, so I'm not even sure she'd be interested. Nepotism is universal, but it seems to run strong in Steinford. She'll make you miserable? Yes. Yup. But it's still a yay, because she's hot, okay? I said it, okay? At least that explains why Anna can't get everything she wants here. But are we any closer to figuring out where the money went? Those financial records. Miguel, I think that I need your help here. I didn't want to force myself in, but since you ask me, here we are. Got it. I think you are right in your case, though. Thank you. Thank you. I compliment and an insult at the same time. I am so right. I know myself. Okay, Pip likes hot women. Who would have guessed? Not me. Who would have guessed? Not me. The Keanu Reeves fucking meme is all I'm thinking about. But this is a record of buying blankets for the poor. Note the family was purchased from. They're nobles who send priestesses to the church. Yeah, you see it. There are more like that too. I suppose that's corrupt, but if they make good blankets, at least people are helped. You think they actually distribute them? Oh, there aren't any blankets. Oh, you don't mean... The payment is made in return for nothing. There's no one in the church profiting directly, but they're funneling money to their relatives. If Anna is focused on morality and no one audits the church, they could get away with it. Surely the allegedly sold goods create a loose end, though. I'd bet that they disappear and get resold on the black market somewhere. All the paperwork is neat. Such bold corruption is vulnerable to exposure, though. It wouldn't take much research to confirm. It's just a question of how you want to exploit it. I'll leave that to you, religious experts. Seems to me that we could shame both the High Priestess and several noble families in one stroke. The question is, how do we do this in a way that doesn't fuck over Anna too hard? I know that we could, but can I beg that we don't? Why not? I believe this would shock Anna if she learned of it, perhaps even enough to get through to her. I'm skeptical. She might get better on this issue, but it wouldn't likely change her opinion. But I don't want to make her an enemy. Can we approach her directly instead? I'll consider it when we're making those decisions. Thank you. That's all I can ask. As a general rule of thumb in this game, even though Karina is arguably one of the most naive characters we have, when a party member asks us to do something in a specific way, I want to do what the party member says, because even if it's wrong, it builds trust with them. I think that's generally the good move to do. So I will heavily consider what Karina is saying. Does that mean we're finally done poking around all these papers? Let's go back and inform Sarai. I was afraid it was something like that. I wonder how many honest donations have lined a noble family's pockets. Which is already at 100. That's okay. I still think, as a rule of thumb, I want to care about my in-game family. But, you know, if I can get a benefit for not doing that, then yeah, she's at 100. I can't say for sure how this information should best be used. I'll follow your lead. But regardless, thank you for making time for this. There are no sex sounds from Little Big Healy Lady, but Cumdom can listen to other sex sounds. I still have the knife we made together, Simon. That's a long time ago. Glad you can still use it. It's the only dagger she can use. It's more than that. The Heron was so young back then. I was so nervous. It meant a lot that you were willing to hear me out, even when we needed money for other things. Hopefully that no longer seems remarkable. A lot of things have changed, but not that. Unfortunately, we're going up against bigger and bigger threats. I'm afraid this knife isn't up to the task. You're gonna go barehanded? I certainly won't be offended if you want to use something else. Actually, I was thinking that maybe we could rework this one. What exactly did you have in mind? Like the last knife, it would be an unusually light offhand blade. This one would just be a bit more magical. We need a good base material, something better than simple steel, and we need to find someone who can forge it. We also need magic, but I don't think we need to hire that out. I think our mages can handle it with the right research. Karina is at 99. She isn't able to be locked onto Chapter 5. We haven't gone back to HQ yet. So how much above 100 do you think she's at? Okay, I don't need to know how locked the characters are as a general rule of thumb. Or like if they're locked or not. But I don't even know if she's over 99. She might be at exactly 99. For all I know. In which case, this could very well be what locks her. Actually listening to her. So, you know. It didn't really change the calculus, but I forgot that she's a 99 and not at 100. That's my bad. But in general, if you... Don't talk too much about like locks and stuff like that if it's future information. I completely forgot that she's not at 100 though. If she's... Yeah, because that means she can still lose. Like, if I do something that really hurts her, I can still lose RP with her. Which is not good. We also need magic, but I don't think we need to hire that out. I think our mages can handle it with the right research. So yeah, I understand we're not going to be able to get that together while we're here, and it's not a top priority. But you're an essential member of our group. You need good tools to work. I'll see what I can do. Thanks, Simon. I like that it's another offhand dagger, so we can still run around with only one dagger, because they're not compatible together. The old and the new one. It's good stuff, good stuff. It's a nice room, but ours are better back home. I mean, it's a fucking castle, of course it is. With a billion people in it. I haven't checked if I can go outside. Let me see, can I exit the city? Oh, okay. Is this farm on fire again? Looks like there are several forces fighting within it. Let's move. This is eerily similar to the first time we came here so long ago. Poor farmy people. But there's no comparison in us. Let's go. So this is where everyone went. Why take the fight in here? They might be able to pin down an inexperienced Incubus King, but they could also get themselves killed. Who's in charge? He's standing a feet away from you. Damn it, I shouldn't be surprised. You! Get away and let me handle this. But yeah, you missed a little bit, Kirby. We talked to this guy and his father. He's the son of the Duke of Steinford. Your father called us here to handle it. What are you doing? Lord Donovan, is that the Doom King's commander? Surely he'd be better suited to taking care of this. Don't question me! Attack! Attack now! Why would you do something like this? Do you just want glory? Are you trying to shame us? I said attack! What are you waiting for? If you command, Lord Donovan. Simon, they're much weaker than us. I'm not sure we can stop them without killing them. Leave it to me. I was gonna say, you have fucking lust magic. What do you mean stop without killing them? Just charm them. I guess I get that you're the assassin, but you gotta remember, you got like 18 succubi who are up to the job, up to the task. Hello, boys. You seem like fine enough soldiers. I don't know why I said it like that, don't ask. Please stand aside, Lady Succubus. We're commanded to attack. You can't attack if you're overwhelmed by lust, can you? Can't resist. Ignore that harlot. I'll have her head for this. Just ignore her and obey. Oh, but I don't think you really want that. Do you really want to serve a commander who throws your lives away for his gain? He isn't even fighting alongside you. He can't. He's just using his position to throw you against his enemies and take the credit. No, I think you'd much rather give in. You bastards! You'll pay for this! Silence. Where is the Incubus King? I mean, if they get too horny, let's not pretend heart attacks are all completely off the table. Very funny to imagine that she's such a... It's Aphrodite from Record of Ragnarok. Garbage anime, decently good manga. Like, she graces you and you just come immediately. Like, that's Yar at this point. She's way too high level for this shit. Humans argue too much. King escapes. Men, surround him! They can't hear you. Looks like he's just lumbering outside. He's not very fast. Want me to take him down? I could put an arrow in his skull from here. Ow, there's no windows. No, may just track him. I have a hunch. So long as he doesn't go too far or have obscuring magic, that should work. You idiots! You've left us to the mercy of the orcs. Nah, we'll sort you boys out later. Ugh, just what is all this interference? Soon, we're going to return with the Incubus King's head. Your father will know that you failed. You can either cooperate and tell him you were part of the solution, or we can tell him just how you got in the way. Damn it, I have no choice. Let's clean up here, then follow the ogre. He headed south. Perhaps he meant to escape to Farahholm. You really did a number on those knights, Yara. Are they going to be okay? They're all having pleasant dreams of someone they love. Then I let them come a lot. The inside of their armors will be a mess. You didn't even drain sexual energy from them? Why so generous? Calling me Lady Succubus was so stiffly adorable. I figured they were good sorts. They seemed like good men with a bad leader. Hopefully this will give them a positive impression of us. Oh, it will definitely leave an impression. Yeah, that's true. He probably did just walk through the wall, but, you know. I didn't see the wall break. The map didn't update, so it doesn't count. The farm is a mess again, and we have bigger problems. Whoa! I didn't mean to go here. New king? Yeah, this is a new Incubus King, i.e. probably a puppet of someone. We're almost caught up to our target. Good. Spread out and keep him from escaping. I'm not sure I understand why he didn't let us kill him. He doesn't seem to have led us anywhere. Does something seem slightly wrong to you? I know your senses are tuned to succubi, but... It's messed on. No. Anytime anyone feels a little off, I'm like, it's messed on. It has to be messed on. You catch king. If me cannot escape to Farahholm, me kill. It's like a bomb or something. You know, an Incubus King. King is biggest king. You not. Enough. You're no longer bound. King feels strange. Don't give us that. Where is he and why did he set this up? Maybe you're reluctant to betray your master, or you fear reprisal, so let me guess. The Incubus King knew we'd come for him, so he pumped you full of power and commanded you to declare yourself king and make noise. You'd throw us off, or at least distract us enough for him to escape. Am I close? You're right. Now that you not need me, you kill me? No. Most of what you did was magically forced. If you committed crimes before, there are new laws in Takan that would let you work them off. Yeah, but the map has got to update above. They gotta do real work. I gotta see a hole in that fucking wall, and it's gotta match the size exactly. If his actions were just due to his nature and he's cooperative, he might be taken in by the Shell Estates as well. As it stands, it just looks like he's a ghost that could walk through walls, okay? Really? Or just want no place? We do need the Incubus King's location. We'll get it one way or another. It would be better if you cooperate. You have much big magic. Could just take answer. I'd prefer if you told me, but he might be getting away. Real kings say run south. He go north to Big Sex Cave. Not sure what. Probably where we got our Incubus King armor. The first or second Incubus King cache. That should be good enough for us. Thank you. Can I trust her? Oh, it could also be the Crystal Cave. That should be good enough for us. Thank you. Can I trust the rest of you to clean this up? Not a problem. The ogre has been taken by our agents, but he's being cooperative. I don't anticipate any problems. So the question is where the real Incubus King ran. Somewhere north where he thought he could gain power, it sounds like. There are only so many options for that. We could simply slip through the church's defenses, if you prefer not to cooperate with Annah. Nope. Oh, you're finally here. Praise the Lust Lord. Please go talk to our leader. She's really concerned about the way things are going lately. Thank God you teleported me up so I didn't have to go up 5 flights of stairs. You're here. I wish we were speaking under better circumstances, but there are some concerning new developments. Yeah, Devil's Pass is the name of it, but he just said Magic-y Cave, and there's the Crystal Cave for the mining stuff. I believe we left a bunch of stuff in there last we were there. And then there's the cache where Hilstara got slave collared, and we went to the optional dungeon, and I'm unsure which of the two it would be. But we'll see. Let me figure that out myself. We already spoke with the Duke of Steinfurt. He's asked us to take a role in negotiations. Oh, that's much better than I'd feared, given the way High Priestess Annah acts. Let's catch each other up on the details. It'd be a relief not to live in fear, but do you think that it could work? Honestly, I'm not sure. Steinfurt is a conservative region, and Anna has stoked anti-succubus sentiment for years. Talking about the mine, I believe this is the area that has that mine. I could be wrong, but it had like a deeper area that we didn't go into. Or maybe we did clear it later, but yeah. There was some magic thing when we were at the academy. It's a long time ago. It doesn't matter which one it is. We'll get there and figure it out. Oh yeah, Kirby, you missed the best joke in the game, as did you, Niklas. You need to go back to when we killed the... when we went in the bar and went back to the rats. The rat cellar. I watched VOD, Soldier, right? No, I'm talking... Okay, that one is a better joke. That one's an even better joke. Jesus, that was good. But the rat cellar killed me too. I loved the rat cellar. That Soldier was good. Honestly, I'm not sure. Steinfurt is a conservative region and Anna stoked anti-succubus sentiment for years. We're not required to play fair. Can we put economic pressure on them and force cooperation? I mean, you need to learn about consent, but yes, I guess. Nothing stopping us. I'm not sure how successful that would be. Steinfurt is mostly self-sufficient, and they could retaliate by taxing trade that passes through. We should consider it anyway. Okay, Simon. I guess we'll consider it. You'd risk that for us? Not just for you. The whole region would be better off if you were properly integrated into the economy instead of persecuted. Well, it's appreciated. Why are you helping us? Because it's better for everyone and strictly optimal. There's no personal feelings involved whatsoever. Oh well, appreciate it anyway, I guess. We should still pursue that angle and see exactly how much leverage exists. Seems to me that you're overlooking our most obvious form of leverage, Doom King. We can make demands. That wouldn't be a popular move. Don't you recall what we discussed when we first met the Doom King? He doesn't need to be popular. What's all this about? What matters is that we need to evaluate all our options. As Lenin observed, we can't go back to the old status quo. I like that we're so strong now, it doesn't matter if a random party learns that the Doom King doesn't exist. We are just giga broken and it doesn't matter. And I mean, a bunch of people already know that, right? Like, the entirety of Artfort, for example, right? What matters is that we need to evaluate all our options. As Lenin observed, we can't go back to the old status quo. Fortunately, our tower is rather self-sufficient thanks to your help. We can negotiate from a strong position. We will do all the research we can and see what we can come up with. Maybe no impending doom, but there are still scary times for us. Hello, I'm helping the succubi here prepare for our integration into the church. Oh, so trusting and naive. I can do so much stuff for myself now. Rachila has to get more books to teach me. Hello, Robin. Good to see you again. Glad you're still well, Rachila. But I know better than to think you're just visiting me for fun. Something has gone wrong, hasn't it? You could say that. You know, or rather it will go wrong soon, but it's not wrong yet. I think that's a fair assessment of it. There's currently a bit of a power struggle between the Duke and the High Priestess. The existence of this tower will soon come to light. Artford knows we are doomed. Oh, they don't know. Wait, what? They know Simon is the general. They don't know that the general is the Doom King. Is that what you're saying? It's been so long that I forget the details. I was wondering if you might speak on the succubi's behalf. Seriously? Just announcing that I've been hanging out with succubi? You know how that would look, right? Do you have any idea how hard it would be for me to get married? We'd hoped your good reputation would help rehabilitate their image, but we don't intend to force you into it. Correct. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, that's different. Then I guess we just are that big dick that even though people don't know yet, it doesn't matter if they do. And I mean, this is our ally, so... We're not anxious about it anymore. But we don't intend to force you into it. I'll be honest, I'm going to see how the winds blow and then decide whether or not to speak up. That's all we can ask. Uh-oh. I'll think about what you said, because I do want to help the succubi here. Another magical glowing cloud. How enchanting. How delightful. She's so over this shit. With the improved tower, there's room enough for everyone. But I'd still like to build our little house. That's cute. You'll never get to build your house because everything's gonna go down in fire and we're all gonna die. Since the situation is growing difficult, we've been considering buying a house somewhere else. Uh-oh. That's not good, because everywhere else is also gonna die and be on fire. It's the final act of the game, we gotta kill God. Of course everyone's gonna die. Then we'll resurrect them with the goddess shards, and we'll resurrect everyone who died, and it'll delete the power of all the shards, and then we'll be back to real-life humanity, like the real world. I swear, that's definitely the ending. We're going to try to pass your kindness to us on to others. We're starting to reconsider our plans to move elsewhere too. Rachila has been a big help, thanks. Yeah. Nothing cool. As welcoming as everyone has been here, I'd like to live in Steinfort again eventually. We can't help all the humans, especially with more attention on us. Any way you can help with that? I like that the royal lady in the slums has the same portrait as that succubi above. It's just a succubi portrait straight up. Fucking mold, I will never surrender. Like, this is just the same character as the noble woman. Though most are focused on the High Priestess, I believe we have as much to fear from the Duke of Steinford. I believe the same. He seems evil to me. Or easily manipulated. Consult your superior if you need to leave the tower. We can't be too careful. The succubi say I'll grow up to look this pretty. Human children are so adorable. They stay children for so long. Gotta love taking care of them. Mommy's new special friends are nicer than her old ones. Feels like everywhere is improving for succubi except Steinford. In Steinford, my hair shows that I'm a bastard, but the succubi don't even blink at green hair. Some still do, but personally I've stopped trying to enter Steinford at all. Can't you do something about the High Priestess? She's causing so much trouble. Thanks to you, we have improved living conditions and a great basement. Go on down. No fucking in the pool. We need it for drinking. Are you telling me succubi need clean water too, and they can't just drink like cum water? Or that cum water isn't strictly better for them than regular water? Shouldn't that be like holy water for them? I feel like that should be the equivalent of holy water for them. This feels like a world building fail. I feel like they should mandate fucking in the pool to give the pool cum properties. This seems like a serious oversight. We're still getting things set up here, but this will be our magic wing. I feel like you are doing a racism. No, they heal from cum. They need cum for nourishment. Infusing a good thing into a different good thing should make better thing. You need any help? We have mages of all kinds. It's very kind of you, but I think we'll get it figured out. The mirrors are for perfecting illusions, and we have a new core for the tower illusions in the room off to the side. Yeah, but cum is a liquid more than a solid. I don't feel like this is that much of a stretch. Cum is a condiment. Sorry, intrusive thoughts. Move on. Is that a Lust Lord shrine? Feels like just a small amount of lust there. That's a small amount to you? I have a pretty good life. Well, you're right. Those who want to worship the Lust Lord have a place to do it, either gathering or giving energy as needed. Blending a burger in your water would be gross tasting, but cum is a liquid. And it's... Oh, now... I have walked for 2 hours, so my treadmill is yelling at me. Which means it's probably time to stretch a little bit, go bathroom, take a little bit of a break. Ooh, and then jump on the treadmill again. Gonna rest my feet a little bit. I'll be right back in like a minute or two. Gonna grab more liquid as well. I'm drinking a lot today. And I'm back. I have a better argument now as well. I've regathered my thoughts. It's established that succubi live off sexual energy and cum, more so than needing food. As far as I understand, they don't actually need food and water at all. But they have human refugees, so it makes perfect sense, actually. They are probably feeding the stockpiles for the humans they're housing. So I take whatever I said before back. This does make sense. My current plan for the treadmill is I will keep walking until I feel like it starts to hurt my feet. And if it doesn't, we go 2 more hours. And if it does, we'll stop and I'll sit down and stream the rest sitting. But it is time to keep walking. Or to hit 10k steps from the 2 hours we've done so far. Gotten my daily steps in. Anyway, feel free to take a look around. Do you need to use the shrine? I'm not really religious, I'm just getting it set up. They bought the statues from you, did they? Not exactly. My lover lives here, so when they expanded, she had them contact me to set up things. It's amazing how much more self-sufficient the tower is now. I'm considering moving here permanently so we can be together. Not concerned about how humans in the region feel about succubi. It's a huge concern. There's the obvious risk of death, but plus it would be difficult for me to trade the way I like. But when you want to fuck someone until the day you die, it changes things, you know? Miguel was just saying that the other day. What if I told you that the local situation was likely to change soon? Would you be offended if someone phrased love like that? When you want to fuck someone until the day you die? I feel like that, in human terms, is arguably a bit shallow. Ideally, I would want to be in love in a situation where if life changed in a way where we couldn't have sex, I would still want to be together and love them. Despite that. Obviously, that would suck, but I don't actually think I would want a relationship where this is the driving motivator. I mean, obviously, but where I would be in a position where phrasing it this way makes sense in my mind. I think usually I would want to highlight other aspects. I've not seen VeggieTales, so that reads like hieroglyphs to me. But whatever makes you happy. That would be wonderful, though I imagine it can't be that easy. There might be difficult times, first, but if the tower is well supplied, they could weather them. Oh, we're already well stocked, but if we know the coming threat, we could prepare. Their position seems strong, and if they have someone with a good head on her shoulders, it could be stronger. Let's talk. It seems like we could face 2 threats. Purity interference from the High Priestess, or economic pressure from the Duke. Right, in the long term it would be good to deal with both, but for now, I probably have time to help us prepare for one. Which do you think is the priority? The big picture stuff, I'll defer to him. We're weighing a great many options, but your work will be invaluable. Just let me know. Okay, so this is a choice. Ooh. Purity interference from the High Priestess or economic pressure from the Duke. So here's my current read. I think Annah is manipulated and not actually evil. She's just stupid. Or, not stupid. She's deeply conservative and naive in a way that leads her to be easily manipulated. The Duke, I think, is probably outright evil. So I'm inclined to say economic pressures from the Duke. I feel like we ideally find a way to deal with the High Priestess in a way that makes her lower her purity interfering stuff. So I'm gonna say focus on the Duke. Great, we need to be improving our economic position anyway. Or, actually, there's more to do, so I'm gonna write this down, and then oh, I'm on desktop. I've been on the wrong scene the entire time. Fuck, I haven't even noticed. God damn it, has it been like that the entire time? My bad. Should have been on this scene. Oh well. I don't know if that's better or worse, but for performance it's better this way. The last sovereign Google Sheets. Check succubi seller in tower. It's because she's stubborn that she's easy to manipulate. I'm not saying we can manipulate her. I'm saying that she's easily manipulated, like, beforehand. I wish we could do something with all the rock in the collapsed tunnels, but we don't have anyone with a smelting fetish. That, I guess, sure. Okay, that makes some twisted amount of sense. We figured out how to grow quite a bit of food here inside the tower. Neat. Now that we have more space, I've been able to make more wine, but it's going unused. What? Who doesn't like lust wine? That's just it. Yeah, that's just it. I do make lust wine, but I also like other types. I think they're good mixed, but not many others seem to agree. I'm sure you just need to talk to more succubi. Your stuff might be a hit in the Chalice states. If it's any good, you might be able to market it. Wow, really? You guys are the first people to encourage me in a while. I don't want to leave Steinford though, and I don't think I can really open a business. That sounds pretty tough. Well, just keep it in mind. What if you sold it to humans? Doesn't seem like her operation is really in a position to wholesale alcohol, especially here in Steinford. No, I mean selling it directly. What if she set up a place to drink outside Steinford? Ooh, dealing with Anna's problem. That's the kind of surprise solution I expect from you. What's going on? Humans are forbidden from drinking within Steinford, and no one is willing to set up a safe location for it outside the city. But you succubi could illusion yourself and set up a place for them to drink. Plausible? Oh, working with humans is a bit scary, but I'm willing to give it a try. Drunks would probably go a short way outside the city to drink. If there's a good place for it, less chance of getting caught. Considering how soldiers are, I can't imagine very many guards being too vigilant about it. We wouldn't be helping them with their problems at all, though. Some mixed drinks in a tavern is probably safer than the hardest liquor they can find in the street. Correct. It would also be way more expensive. I couldn't do it without money, though. Let me know if you could help. That's hella annoying. It is what it is, but that's hella annoying. I was being efficient with the money. That changes things. Maybe we won't be able to convince... well, it's impossible in this game, Genmilas. It is impossible to have future sight and know when you'll need it. And when you should spend early. With the way everything snowballs in this game, it's really, really difficult to tell. Anyway, it's not like I'm mad at any specific investment I've done. I guess maybe I would wait with the orc tunnels or something, but yeah. What I'm thinking now is that that means maybe we won't have enough to convince Anna. That'll be rough, we'll see. Tits, 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 tits. Someone's having a good dream. You have to reserve the orgy bed ahead of time. Yeah, that's true. But it punishes you for not spending money either, is my point. Without like knowledge ahead of time, it's a kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Our research is progressing well. We don't need many more. Our purification failed really badly. There are monsters in the mine again. The future of the mine is still up in the air, and there are monsters in it again. Can you do something? We haven't been in here in a very long time. It brings back such sexy memories. Those rocks are monsters. Get ready. Okay, you better be easy to beat. I'll be mad if you're as strong as us, given that we have been in the tower. There ain't no way. Oh my god, they're strong as fuck. Oh my god, they do no damage. Okay, 5k. It missed. Why did you miss? Why am I not using Incubus Strike? I just want to see how much damage his star would do, but that was getting ridiculous. Huh, I know we're strong, but I didn't expect those things to be so little threat. A bit obnoxious to take down, though. I guess the mages should hold back to save their mana, but even I'm going to be tired of masturbating in combat after this. No, this is the time to take advantage of the fact that we have an army. Very good, my lord. Shall I summon some of our elites from the Chalice States? Put together a group of competent soldiers who could use the combat experience. Have Orkan lead them and minimize casualties. It shall be done. Can't say that I mind. Are we going to leave this to them? I think it would be better not to fight the church regarding the mine, but we can go over their heads. The tower. You mean try to impact the corruption from that side? A clever maneuver, but is that feasible? I think that it should be. More dangerous, but also a more appropriate use of our time. Let's go take care of this for good. Soldiers are in place. If you look this way, we've created a stable channel into the tower for this area. We take care of monsters. 8. Yep. Feels like... I don't know why. Have we been here before? No, we haven't. It just looks the same as some other place. We definitely haven't been in this like maze environment. Found 301 sex. That's a lot of sex, man. Back in my day, that used to be a lot of money. But now with inflation hitting, it's nothing. Depth Wisp. Okay, we have the wrong party for this. No way we... I guess they did like no damage either, though, so it's fine. No damage? Oh. Okay. I see. They're bombs. Oh yeah, on the topic of healers losing mana during harder fights. The thing is, post, like, fight healing, you can just use Robin and ambient mana combined, or Altina. The fact that they have the mana reduction item and so much mana, it's like impossible for them to run out. And I haven't even been doing that, and running out of mana has not been like possible for my healers. And then you have like 4 of them, so you can you can really like move them around and get the most out of it. I said we had the wrong party for this, but honestly, maybe that's a lie, because killing these fast seems to be a priority. Bonk. Miss. $14K! Okay. Wait, 2 rounds of that. Okay, that's fine. Oh, bad use. I could have done that better. Whatever. I love combat. I love getting 250 sex in a game where I never spend money. Licentious Gargoyle is a really funny name. Infernal Spider. Oh, we still have to attack the bombs first. Or have to, but it feels like the correct move. So definitely a little tankier, that's for sure. Okay. Sexual mana. Plus 180 MP. Bam! Yeah, I feel like she does way too low damage with the gear I have for her at the moment. But I think with some better items, she is probably really, really strong. It's more problem of how I itemized so far. Could probably move gear around to make Uya better. Kinda wanna wait and do the King's Emissary and see how that goes. Isn't it weak to that? Yeah, it was. Incubus King Emissary. What are we dealing with? Be strong. Be good. Not really. Divine Touch is so expensive. No, not on her. On her. Miss! Fuck you. Okay, I guess I'll kill you normally. Die! Die! There we go. Yeah, that's true. I also haven't tried very hard for optimizing her. No, honestly. I use you so much less than I use Karina. Like, oh yeah. Never mind, she has the Crusader staff. This is barely an upgrade. Never mind, I take it back. You can have it. I forgot that she had the Crusader staff, and that Robin can't use it. Really? Staff of Stone, the second after? Whew! That's a lot of defense, and magic defense. Yes, please. I need my healer to live. It's kind of an important part of the calculation. I will once again say it is fucking crazy how much better of a character Yara becomes when you get the turn 1 25% SP buff. That shit's crazy. Okay, did I? Alright. Well, it worked out. No. One more masturbate plus. How much did this cost? 50. I'm not using 50. Now imagine if you started with 100. Well, that comes with a huge downside of having a massively worse item. Which, if I didn't have the plus 100, I would gladly say, yes, please do that. But or plus 25. But since I have the plus 25, why would I do that when I can just have the what I need and also be stronger? That seems silly to me. I get enough for Haze of Sex turn 1, which is the important one. Get all the CC out there. Did I miss anything? No, I walked here. I think I've done everything in the corners. Yeah, that makes sense. Love them hiding a depth wisp in the background. Rare opinion, I respect it. Yeah, I mean, I don't need more than what I have right now, so it's like one of those things that if I was in a fight where I'm like, okay, she needs more, and I ever felt like that was a pressing concern, I would just switch it in then. But in general, I don't think it's necessary at all. I don't know why that doesn't really matter. Could have just done an area attack instead of waste a bunch of mana. That's okay. Yeah, I took everything there, so it's just this part left. Hey, evil. Long time since I heard this song. Strength, heals and cures, limited one use per battle. Forceful kiss. Yeah, they're weak to it, so they're 15k non-crit. Pretty good move, can't lie. Does this matter? No, it didn't. 5k. Kings are, I could swap you out for someone that does more damage, but right now it's not necessary. Are you weak to this? Mass heal. Aegis. Oh, I don't need to do the worst version. I didn't check how much damage it did. I was looking away. Big damage. Actually, I don't know if Holy Shield Wall is necessary when all it does is area damage. I'm just... It's so not a problem that I'm just autopiloting the fight and it's gonna work anyway. Even with suboptimal play. Phew, that thing was no joke. Just, what was that? Unless I am much mistaken, I believe it was an echo of the corruption that once existed here. Very good, Vala. It was that combined with other factors, such as how much everyone's behavior changed in response to the corruption. If we eliminated this, did we eliminate the source? No more corruption in the real mine? I can assure you we definitely eradicated the corruption here in the tower. The real world won't be magically cleaned, but the corruption will suddenly find this place far less hospitable. Good work, everyone. Let's return to the mine. I'm reminded of the way corruption works in Warcraft 3, where the undead faction has to light the earth in order to start building on it. And, I mean, in-game that just became, you build a building, your capital, and it like blights a huge AoE around you. But in lore, they have to like go and actually corrupt the earth in order to do stuff with it. I've always liked that concept of having factions that need to do the prep work before they can actually start expanding and stuff. And the tower works similarly here, where corruption in the tower lets you corrupt the real world and so on and so forth. Good work, everyone. Let's return to the mine. Dark Eye, we mostly clear mine. Only some monsters left. But you did more than that, didn't you? Something has changed in the air. There's some residual corruption to take care of, but I believe the true danger has passed. Screw all that. What happens to the mine now? That is for the local authorities to decide. Bullshit. We have army and biggest magic. I'm begging you, do something about this. Just take over and get the mine working again. No one else has been able to do it. Hey, the High Priestess is doing her best, but there's a lot of corruption. Seems like this guy and his succubi can just absorb it all. If it puts us back to work, I say let them have it. People are just offering us a valuable asset. Isn't life grand, Miguel? It's a poisoned gift. We don't want the politics to come along with it unless we just take on Annah. Please don't. The High Priestess might be zealous about the wrong things sometimes, but she means well. I'm with Miguel here. Better not to take on more challenges. Fine, don't control the mine, but it's obvious you're the only person who can actually keep it clear, so you can have some influence. Give control to all the workers in the slums. They're desperate for work, so they'd treat the mine well. I would strike a blow against the Duke's economic control, plus it would undermine Donovan. Please don't do that. Why don't you work together with the High Priestess to restore the mine? Sister, you mean well, but the local High Priestess opposes us on almost everything. No, we could use this to humiliate Annah instead. Simon, I know you want to pass this off to authorities, but you are the relevant authority in this matter. Bro, you're the relevant authority on fucking everything. This is a time to overcome your usual weakness and act instead of reacting. You're right, but I'm not sure how best to use this opportunity. Soldier, continue clearing the mine and hold it. We'll send Succubi to help drain corruption. Good, will do. Okay, so I do get to delay this choice. I'm definitely gonna do all the choices at once, and if Annah is an asshole, we pivot and ruin her life. But first go around, I definitely think I'm gonna end up doing a bunch of decisions that see the best in her. And if I feel like that doesn't work out at all, we rerun it. Our work is here in Steinford. I'd wanted to investigate the rumors we heard about the pass. We can, but let's finish our pressing business first. You think the little Incubus King is trying for the cache that was hidden in Devil's Pass? Yeah, that's what I thought. Seems like a good theory. Let's take him down. Yay, that's where I thought it was. Whoa! Oh, that was easy. Those things were really dangerous for us once. Why would you expect a bunch of dumb monsters to keep up with someone as hot and talented as you? One of those things doesn't seem very relevant, but I'll take it. Thanks, Nalili. I mean, for her, it's completely intertwined. Like, her hotness correlates with her strength, doesn't it? This time, though, I'm with you instead of the red lights. I prefer it this way. Come on, everybody. Enough reminiscing. We have an Incubus King to kill. But not the Simon. The Simon is for fuckity fuck. Thanks for clarifying, Cum. Shining sword. If I press X 700 times, I get a shining sword here, right? Right? It's right there. Clearly visible. Do I get any experience from this? Hey, it gives 1 experience! That's good game design. So I think, chat, we're gonna stay here and farm slimes until we're strong enough to keep going in the game. I'm a little worried about the escalating difficulty, and I want to make sure we're prepared. So we only need about 5 million slimes until we're caught up. Yeah, ugly-ass individual. We'll look at you in a bit. In retrospect, it was great that we took the harder route. Yep. You get a laugh as well. Nice. My work has been accomplished. How the hell did you find me? We've talked enough. Surrender your shard or we'll take your life. You can't fight me, fool! I'm an Incubus King! Hello, Budget Ganondorf. You almost look... threatening. Evade! Evade! Never mind, he's giga broken. He evades all our moves. Oh yeah, Incubus Presence. I forgot that was a move. That's actually really useful to remember. AoE attack for Simon that doesn't suck ass. Another weak asshole. These guys are stupidly overconfident. The Fucklord's original shard was large enough to change his life. These fragments are weak until they acquire power. In fact, given the overconfidence they produce, they're almost a liability. But not for our Simon. Why is she blushing like that? I know it's hot that he can remain in control, but still, it's been 100 hours. Chill, Nalili, chill. I'm just glad that it makes it easier for us to kill them before they can hurt anyone. That's great and all, but I wish Simon would seize all the power completely. Not yet. Holding back could lead to a greater reward. I'm willing to trust you on that by now, but can you at least absorb the small one? Will you need to work through the extra lust to absorb it? Ooh, fuck me, fuck me! This shard contains a great deal of sexual frustration. I can't gain control that quickly. Aww. No, that just means I get to plan another day of sex. Anyway, we did what we came to do. Does that mean we can wrap up everything in Steinford? Yes, but let's finish all our business before we announce that. We could simply nah, not gonna do that. Okay, there's one more area left in here, right? Also, I want to check if the Duke has something to say after we fucked over Donovan. Also, we wanted to find library access for Eliani somewhere. Let me know when you've dealt with the Incubus King, will you? Better to coordinate plans with Sarai. Yeah, makes sense. I'll talk to you. Whatever else you might say about him, the Duke is excellent when it comes to bookkeeping. Makes sense. Had to have remained in power here, during all these turbulent times after all. That's the warehouse, yeah. It would be a rough solution, but I could create a compulsion that would keep the drunk from congregating here. I mean, I'll probably have to do that. It's better than nothing, but it's worse than buying the bar outside. Yeah. Steinford is still a hub for trade, but the restrictions are making that harder. Soon, they'll find a way to go around us. Yep. You're fucked. You're fucked. You're giga fucked. Honestly, I really expected them to demolish that house by now. Okay. Let's go into the brothel. Oh no, okay. let's go into the area down here. Sex shop. So, we're agreed. If you keep all your contacts happy, I can meet our contact and smuggle the next girl to the city. Getting her in won't be a problem, but we need to stop her getting out. Don't blame these mythical succubus thieves for your incompetence. Alright, we've heard enough. Kill them all, kill them all. Secret meeting is over, you're coming with us. You can't do this, do you have any idea who I am? You're here because of who you are. And because of what you've done to all those poor women. Don't be absurd, they're debts and they freely entered into an agreement to work them off. Yeah, we love sexual slavery, yay! We don't care about your justifications. We need information on your methods and your slaver contract. Or contact. You won't get away with this. Enough. I've hit him with enough sexual magic to put him in an agreeable state. Let's interrogate him so I can make this more unpleasant. What slaver is still managing to operate in Ardaheim? Works mysteriously, hard to meet, somehow convinces more girls. When were your contacts next going to meet them? It's a hypnotist. Merchants pass at full moon. Odd timing, but at least the full moon isn't long from now. He's not lying, but he might be leaving something out. Let's fully interrogate him. Okay, it's done. We've wrung every drop of information out of them. The information about the meeting with their contact at Merchants Pass seems reliable. Given the traffic there, it would be easy to hide contraband if they don't cross the border. I think their contact is the source of some of their sexual magic artifacts, so we definitely need to capture them. Simon, you can utterly shut those down, correct? Mundane sexual magic would be completely under my control, yes? Then I say we hit hard. Next full moon, we find and capture this contact at Merchants Pass. I hope that's truly the end of it. Merchants Pass. I want to see if I can walk out there and act. Merchants Pass is this one, right? I have to wait for the right timing. I mean... You have the money? Right here, but the last girl caused trouble. I want to inspect the merchandise first. Wait, it's subtle, but you... No, it can't be. You're using illusions too. I'm eliminating them. A succubus? The contact is a succubus? Who the hell are you running around with illusions like that? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just enslave your mind and grind all that arrogance out of you. Scrub, noob. Pwned. Get owned, nooblet. No, you won't. You're subtle, but you're weak. No, this can't be! Miguel, I'm restraining her. I haven't gained control yet, but it's safe to ask her questions. Good, then you need to answer some questions for us. I hit her with a full blast of lust. How the hell is she unaffected? I easily absorbed your attempt at lust magic. Now answer my companion's questions. You're the one supplying slaves and lust magic to humans in the Steinford region. And I was making a fortune before you brought a fucking elite down on me. Why do something like that? You could have had better businesses in, better business in Yehilin or the Shal Estates. Stupid human. Succubi are predators, despite what all the domesticated ones would lead you to believe. She's obscuring the truth. She believes what she says, but she's hiding something else. Traitor! How can you bow and scrape to other races, accepting whatever scraps they give you? How long before they take your wings and horns? Silence! She's 10 times the succubus you'll ever be, and if you won't cooperate, she'll make you. Hot as fuck? Yes, it's within my power to simply dominate you, and we have stronger in store. Submit. Before the war, the Incubus Emperor grew paranoid. He sent some succubi out on secret missions to undermine his enemies. Most failed, but I realized the opportunity to escape his fall, and in the aftermath it was easy to exploit the chaos. One second. So you've made money selling low-level lust magic, and using your abilities to acquire slaves, I assume. It was going so smoothly, and I almost had the right nobles in Steinford seduced. Okay, we have our answer. Now it's time for you to spill every name you know. I can feel that it's done. You didn't even need my help. She was tricky, but weak. A simple echo of your dominance was plenty. She also gave us a lot of names, which nobles in Steinford are involved, which fences she uses, even a contact in the Orgasmic Empire. Was she behind most of the remaining slaving activity, or is there more for us to do? From what I've been able to tell, she's the main operative we didn't know about. Mostly because she cornered the market effectively. Unless we can cut off demand, others will arise. Prosecuting everyone involved with the Gilded Lily should help with that, but that would cause problems, wouldn't it? Surely they can't get away with this. No, I think this might be the time for the Doom King to take a direct hand. I agree, but can we spin this to work better for us somehow? Possibly, but it will depend on the political situation. I've made the slaver catatonic. We can keep her until we decide how we want to break the news. Excellent. Take her back to the inn and we can discuss this when we make final decisions. You were uncharacteristically serious this whole time, given your past attitude towards sexual slavery. I'm surprised. Maybe it's a bit of guilt over that, but I was never really like her. I wasn't trying to say that, I just... Oh, I know. You said such nice things about me in a moment of passion. There it is. The absence of your mindless innuendo was downright shocking. But really, you were quite professional. It was nice working with you. I'm glad. It was a serious thing, and you were taking it seriously, so I decided to try the same. As a fetish thing? Are you taking a page out of Iris's book? Not like that, I just thought it would make you happy. Is the seriousness making you uncomfortable? If you wanna fuck, I'm game. I'm glad you're with us, Yara. Let's focus on business for now, or maybe we can talk later. You got it! Cute. Okay. Wait, what'd that say? Finish our pressing business first, yeah. And this is done as well. Nothing else we need there. So really, now we're at the spot where we kind of just have to talk to everyone and make the decisions on how we want this to play out, right? I'm gonna check that Sarai doesn't have anything new. Well, there's a new character in here, so... Simon, I heard that you've taken steps to shut down the Gilded Lily for good. That's correct. You've been talking to Sarai? I didn't contact her. I think she got that from Iris, but we've been talking a bit. Oh yes, High Priestess Sarai has been wonderful. I feel as though I've been able to lay down guilt I didn't know I still carried. I'm glad that I could be helpful to you. In any case, you wanted input on the matter of the Gilded Lily. Mostly, I want to help. I'm willing to testify if that's what's needed. That could be useful, but I'm afraid this issue might ultimately be beyond the law. That's the other reason. I wanted to urge you to use as much force as you can, burn it to the ground if necessary. The men who did so much to me believe that they're untouchable. You can't hold back showing they're wrong. We actually have several in custody, bound by sexual magic. Do you want to take out frustration on them? Given what you've been through, I'd not blame you, but I hope you keep in mind what I said. No, you're right, Sarai. Revenge like that can't sustain me. What I want is for their ambitions to come to nothing and for them to answer for their crimes. We intend to make that happen, one way or another. I look forward to it. I thought it might be unpleasant to return to Steinford, but in these rooms with everyone, I feel quite safe. Bit peeved about the restaurant thing, because it makes the situation more complicated. If I had enough to buy it, the exact order of what I want to support would be very, very obvious. But because of that, it's a little more diffuse. No backseating. But yes, I'm walking... I was gonna go there anyway, but no backseating of that type. I was literally walking to her as we speak. If you really want to cooperate, start by taking care of this drunkenness problem. That's the thing, right? Is I don't know if I want to do the temporary solution. So, you saying that is, like a little bit off, because I need to make the decision in order to get access to places. If I don't want to go behind her back. But then this is a worse solution than I had access to otherwise. Fuck it. That feels kind of weird, like the place has a bad vibe for sex. What exactly was that? Just twisting sexual magic for non-sexual uses. It's one of the skills we've been working on. The effect will make the drunks spread out and perhaps give them an aversion to drunkenness, but it doesn't really change anyone's free will. So this is nearly no solution at all, but it should make Anna happy. It's possible that this is a better solution than buying the bar, depending on how she reacts to the succubi, because this is closer to what she wanted in the first place, but it is a worse solution for the city, I believe. They seem to have gone. Hopefully that's enough. If we can use this to make a real change to Steinford, it might be worth it. Let's go talk to Anna. Because I would prefer not to go behind her back if I'm deciding to work with her. Even if the solution is less than optimal. I don't know how you did it, but I've actually received reports that the drunks in the slums are gone. We haven't changed their hearts or the condition that led them to suffer, but we did our best to help temporarily. It's better than so many oafs in my command have been able to manage. I may yet regret this, but you have access to non-critical areas the church controls. Thank you, sister. We'll see if you have any right to call me that. I've heard some serious conversations here, but I've done my best not to listen. I just don't care. I don't like your presence here, but perhaps Ivala can work through this as well. I should be open to that. Yippee! True, I would like a garden in my castle. If Academy students came through here, not even trying to disguise themselves, I wouldn't do a damn thing. Poor kids. True. The connections between the Duke, the Church, and other nobles in Steinford are a huge headache. If our defense is increased, no one can touch the scrumptious... Oh, right, this motherfucker. I forgot about this guy. Oh, Mr. Pedophile. With our defenses increased, no one can touch the scrumptious, nubile bodies of our students. Yeah. Welcome. Anybody new really livens up the place. We'd rather not allow visitors, but apparently you got permission somehow. Robin, I landed a hot older boyfriend. What have you accomplished lately? True. That's honestly worth more than everything we've done. I think she just owned you, Robin. My library access is still revoked, but I assume we could pressure our way in if we had need. Robin, do you think that Eliani might be able to find any old records there? An interesting thought. Though the Academy focuses on magical texts, it does have an archive of many historical documents. That would be wonderful. I'll let the proper authorities know that the Doom King requires access. They've given us permission. I visited the library before, so I can take you to the shelves they mentioned. Thank you very much. My lord, you have many aides who could easily... Simon's not showing her the shelves because he's the only one who can do it. He wants to spend time with Eliani. Ah, and being surrounded by so many books must be quite the aphrodisiac for her. I don't know, but I'm going to imagine it that way. Thank you for showing me around. We could ask a librarian. The only good thing about that guy is that he clearly doesn't act on it and uses it as motivation for his job. He should be fired. He should not... If he voices it in that way near the students, he should be fired. It's one thing to hold it privately in your head. It's a different thing to fucking talk to yourself and to people around you about it. I may be of the belief that if you are a pedophile, that's that doesn't act on it. That's a tragedy more than anything else. And if you can find like therapy or help, then that is ideal, and you shouldn't necessarily be demonized, or you shouldn't be demonized if you don't act on it. But if you are talking about it like that, you are so many levels beyond that you should be moved away from the children because you are guaranteed a danger to them. There are levels to this shit. Thank you for showing me around. We could ask a librarian, but I'd feel more certain of finding unchanged texts during doing the work myself. And I think you'd enjoy the work as well? That's true. I wish I could spend more time like this, but it's considered a poor use of my talents. I think many would say the opposite. That's kind, but I still struggle with the question. Do you ever feel such tensions of duty? I often did before, when I fought under the church from Farrowholm. My old home still troubles me sometimes, as it has declined. I've done greater good elsewhere, yet I haven't been able to help Farrowholm. You don't seem to let that guilt stop you from moving forward, though. Oh, Brain Blast from the past. I've definitely played this segment. I haven't remembered a single thing from this segment, or this chapter at all, except this dialogue here and what Simon is gonna say next. And it's so real and so good. Right? Or maybe we already had the conversation in like an earlier chapter and I'm blanking on it, but I think this is it. You don't seem to let that guilt stop you from moving forward, though. If I let guilt control me, I'd never be able to accomplish anything. Or maybe I've seen this conversation in the Discord. That's also possible. People keep... I'm in the screenshot thread for the Discord, so maybe someone's posted all the screenshots of this conversation. But I just remember seeing this conversation. If I let guilt control me, I'd never be able to accomplish anything. I've accumulated a lot of it over the years. I'm sorry to hear that. Is it wrong of me to find that strangely encouraging? In what way? I think I've been shrinking away from guilt, trying to avoid it altogether. Your words made me consider that it might not be possible, and that I need to choose which burdens to bear. Giving myself permission to disappoint some people is strangely freeing. That's probably healthy. I've met some who spent their entire lives trying to make everyone happy, and were left with deep regrets. In a way, that's the current state of New Javini. I never could have had a conversation like this with... Oh, look at this. An agreement between metalworking guilds in Steinford and Javini. Looks like other documents on the shelf are also records from the time period. This is fascinating. This might not be the conversation. It might have been earlier in the game. Or maybe. I just remember a line that hasn't come up yet. This is fascinating. I didn't know that Javini steel used to be held in such high regard. Not to ignore our previous conversation, but I'm getting caught up in all this. Research to your heart's content. We'll send someone for you at the end. Yeah, that wasn't it. I remembered a very similar conversation, though. But that might be from way earlier in the game. Eliane is a very competent researcher, so we can leave the work to her. If things keep getting more restrictive, I'm going home. Seriously. I think it was about stress, not guilt. Oh, whatever. To make ends meet, we've had to cut back on staff. You feel far stronger, Robin, but I hope you publish some research one day. Oh, fuck you, man. Robin, you seem stronger. I'm glad that you've continued your studies. Thank you. The basis of your lessons has taken me far. Oh, Balderdash, we could only teach you so much, especially with the increasing restrictions. I noticed even during my time here. Are things growing worse? Our relationship with the church has deteriorated. Some staff and parents want extreme security, yes, but others chafe against all the new rules. Do you think the Academy would be supportive if the political situation were to change? In the near future? I'm not sure I want to know, but yes, I think they might. That is useful. Thank you. I hope that things can improve in the future. Perhaps we'll take some small role in that improvement, instead of sitting back and looking inward. This is the difference between a good and a bad teacher. The lady here is a good teacher and the guy is a really bad teacher. A few parents send their children here for a pure environment, but the restrictions are still making us lose students overall. I never could go back here. Our research is progressing well. We don't need many more. Okay, so because it's intertwined in this, I think not helping with the drunks would have been a worse choice if I want to be on Anna's side. We'll see. Hopefully she doesn't fuck us over. If she does, that's gonna suck. It glows, makes feathers levitate, and turns water purple. My parents visited and said they might have to move out of Steinford. That would be sad. I think I could pass all my exams, but staying in the academy seems easier than trying to make a living in Steinford right now. Do you know how long it took me to master saying "skuzd" right? This is my worst subject. No matter what I do, I can't replicate the grand spells I've seen the church accomplish. You think the book he's reading is like ancient history and he thinks it's part of the lesson plan? And he's been like charting a language no one else knows? I think that's very likely. Oh, hello. Wait, Orkant, what are you doing here? Oh, it's one of my new illusions. We can see his real form, but other people can't. Indeed. I am quite grateful for the steady work you've done iterating on the spell. So you can come and go in places that might discriminate against you. That's great. Though I feel a sense of trepidation traversing places where I am unwanted, my curiosity is a greater drive. So what are you doing here specifically? I've become a lecturer at the academy. That was a jest. Good. You really had me wondering about some things there. Except for the magical scrutiny that would require. It sounds plausible. Would you want to do that if you could, though? No, likely not. From my observations, the majority of students care little for their studies, or lack relevant facilities. True, I've considered teaching, but if I did, it would have to be with more advanced students. Ooh, I want to see you in even fancier academy robes. All joking aside, Orkant, what are you here to do? In the wake of the war, I have been able to delve deeper into purely academic interests. There was a time when I was required to handle army logistics and economic concerns. Though I look back on it with a touch of fondness, I am glad that it has passed. In any case, my discursive reading has led to topics of personal interest, and also a fascinating digression into the history of Arden nobility. I'm going to trust you on the fascinating part. Though the Arden monarchy has been somewhat stable, the nature of hereditary monarchy leads to inevitable disagreements over succession. As we've seen with Tina, yeah. But though this reading began as a curiosity, it eventually became relevant to that very matter, the current succession and our current location. I learned that, though the Duke of Steinford would prefer to obscure this fact, their connection to traditional royal families is actually tenuous. Tenuous enough to impact Donovan's claim? Several generations back, their claim to the position was a weaker one, backed up by force. The war helped to make some forget, but the records persist. Could this be used to unseat the Duke? No. His power is entrenched, and he has solid economic control, but the truth remains. I'm still not sure I completely get how much humans care about this. Is the truth a big deal here? Not to the average person, but many nobles care. I see two potential uses for this information. First, we could offer the Duke help to obscure these truths. The implicit threat would encourage him to cooperate with us. Second, we could leak this information to nobles in Artford, demolishing Donovan's chances at Tina's hand. Oh, so it is a potentially big deal. We should ask Father about the decision, and it will likely need to be weighed in the context of all the rest. It has always been such. Though it's good that your research turned up something useful. I hope that has also been pleasant for you. Indeed it is. I am definitely going to undermine him. I just have such bad vibes with Donovan that there's no universe where his father's a good person. I feel like having him, especially threatened under us, seems like a horrible way to do this. When the time comes to weaponize information, I shall present myself. For now, I would like to dwell here. Like, the fact that Anna is so unpleasant to deal with, but is trying, and he's so pleasant to deal with, it feels like an intentional dichotomy where she's the good one and he's the bad one. It's not, don't judge a book by its cover. After I finish a deep clean, they're letting me go, so I'm doing a very thorough job. Oh, it's like developing a game. That's crazy. I still think the Academy offers a great education, but I have a hard time imagining being a mage in Steinford these days. The Council of Goonfalls settled it for me. I'm not comfortable with how the Academy is being run. Given the present situation, it's difficult to see how things will fall out. Okay. Can't go up in here, I assume? Nope. Wait, what did that say? I can't say that I miss the dorms very often. I thought it said the drugs very often, and I was like, dang, what have you been doing? Yeah. I'm not working with dumbass, I agree. I don't think that's a good move. The other one was here. Maybe boss fight ahead? Exactly. We can extract magical information from this point, except that it might leave residue that could be traced back to us. Because of the Academy students and teachers who come to this place for ingredients? Yes, they might not know about the tower, but they're not foolish or incompetent. Don't worry, we can get around that with some extra effort. Looks like it's going to be a while to cover our tracks. Okay, now that we're not among religious types, I've gotta say that I'm so fucking horny. Being in our best behavior and trying to stay pure is just the worst. I mean, if you wait for it, it makes it better though. You can't be that mad. Cumdop would like some cum, but Cumdop is happy to be with everyone. Yeah, but you're a freaking saint. Cum, I need dick. What if I said you slutty whores could get what you wanted? Tell me! Simon has really been advancing in his training, both splitting his mind and submerging his essence. I had nothing to do with the second one, but feel free to praise me anyway. She has a praise kink? Never mind, maybe she's fixable. You mean we might be able to have sex without getting the church all upset? Trin is correct. This far from Steinford, something could be arranged. This glade might be a good location as well, as the ambient magic would cloak any perturbations. Ooh, are you two going to join us then? No, thank you. I'll let the tension keep building for a while yet. Ayy. I'd be happy to take a break with some of you. She's Master Gooner for sure. If we go together, we can take our time. Great, anybody who's horny, line up for the orgy. This can happen partially thanks to me. If I can't go, I'll be pissed. I'm feeling this mood. Actually, I'm in. Aka, you know you want to. You know what? Screw it, I do want it. Spending so much time together has been great, but I'm missing the sex. This could be fun. Huzzah! If that is actually an abridged Yu-Gi-Oh reference, that's super funny, because you're so right. We'll create a perimeter so you can have some fun. Bada bang! Let's go, sex scene! Our work is finished. More importantly, I'm feeling a lot better. You seem about the same, and you're still pawing at Simon. It's a happy horny instead of a desperate horny. Good for her. I assume that was the last one, but we will see. Maybe there's more. This was the last area that I needed their permission for, I believe, outside the city. Inside the city it might be different. This was burned down. Stay in mind until decide. Oh, I don't decide talking to them? Take care of monsters, and there's no shining sword or some bullshit here, right? Gotta check the shovel. Gotta check the shovel. And the rope. That'd be evil. No, I don't think there's anything left there. We killed everything. Okay. Do we have any news to give here? We don't, right? No, nothing that matters yet. So I think it is time to talk to Sarai, or slash make decisions. Talk to the succubus downstairs. Yeah. Okay. Did we chat with the blacksmith? We did not, thank you. Thank you. I forgot that was a thing. So, I was always happy to make what sold and built a better life for my son, but he wants more. You don't say. Actually, he was very impressed with you in particular. I think he might have a crush on you. He's a child, you know? Oh, I raised him right. He knows that it won't go anywhere, but he keeps saying that he'd like us to forge a weapon worthy of you. Provided this doesn't get weird, I'm actually in the market for a new knife. The thing is, you become an elite warrior, and we're lacking in tools that could work high-grade material. The old mine used to have rare ores that could be used to make tools, but it's been closed for so long. As it happens, we just got it cleared out. Maybe we can figure out something. Well, you spitballed correctly. Oh. If you can clear the mine, we might be able to create tools that could forge a new weapon for you. We got that taken care of, but I'm not sure what needs to happen next in the process. Actually, Akka, I was thinking that perhaps we should give them refined materials from deeper in the mine. That wouldn't be harmful in any way, would it? No, I don't think so, and then they could make a knife worthy of you. If you get us ores we can work, we'll create a new set of tools for truly high-end weapons. Don't worry, I'll set everything up. In that case, I hope we'll have our tools ready by the time you have the other ingredients you need. That sounds great, thank you. Haven't found a satisfactory material, plus I'd like our mages to do more research on demons. God damn it! No! Demon research coming back to bite us! That makes sense. Deeper in the mines. Does that enable us to go back deeper in the mines? I doubt it, but I think they mean in the tower. I don't think there's anything left in there. Just gonna... yeah. Like I don't think there's anything left to do here. Deeper in the mine, they just meant the tower in general, I believe. Okay. Yeah. We'll see if I think it's worth it. It might be even funnier to not invest in it, just so that she doesn't get a weapon upgrade to keep the bit going with Kirby, to really make Kirby extra annoyed. I'm seriously considering doing the other research first. Yeah. Succubus in the cellar. Let's hope this is good enough. If not, well, might have to make an enemy out of her. Oh, who are you? I never talked to you. Excuse me, I'm working on the illusion that shields the tower. We have to be really careful these days. Okay. Focus on the Duke. Great, we need to be improving our economic position anyway. Anna, you better not fuck this up. You better not be fucking this up, Anna. Right. Yeah, no. Nothing we did has changed any outcome there. Did we walk in the Gilded Lily after? I don't think we did. I don't think we walked into the Gilded Lily since we had all the discussions. Look forward to the truth coming out. Okay, cool. And then the pub. We had our informant here. Do you have anything to say? That's the... yeah. That's just information. Makes sense. Then there's nothing of value there, I don't think. And then Anna... you said nothing. Yeah, okay. Sarai, it is time. Time for progress. Oh, that's my bad. Can we enter the church? No. Tried before. After talking to Anna, I've tried, I can't. Things have gone a bit messy, haven't they? Not as bad as sometimes, but yes. The good news is that we have plenty of time. Since the succubus issue isn't going to be pushed immediately, I've just received a message about something happening at Steinford Cathedral. That felt like an emergency magical contact. Is it serious? I think we better get there fast and find out. Stop! What are you doing? Oh, a Shosen. My favorite people. They're great for the local economy. What's going on? Just go. Stop him from killing the High Priestess. Fuck. Fuck. I said stay back. What's wrong with you? This wasn't what It wasn't Ivala. And now, this power... They needed a flawed vessel. What are you saying? Aren't you a Shosen of Ivala? I thought I was. For a while. Creepy inverted Shosen. Normal stuff. Okay. Great. What in the heavens was that? High Priestess Annah, we want answers as much as you do. Please allow our mages to gather what information they can. I'll summon church mages to prevent them from interfering, but also to assist. I wouldn't object to that. We need to get to the bottom of this. Sarai sent you to help. Did she? Let's retreat until we know it's safe. Well, what did you learn? It was extremely difficult to get anything. He seems to have appeared and then simply died without a cause. You know, normal things that happen. And you others? He was obviously using some magic, but when he died, that magic seems to be entirely erased. That's not possible. Do you disagree with your own evaluation of the bones? Whatever happened, if it left no trace on him. I'll check further, but I doubt we'll find anything. So what is wrong with these Chosen? They were enough of a pain, and now they just explode on me? You've had trouble with them before? The little brats are always agreeing to work for me, but they're overwhelmed by their petty lusts. I'd given up on trying to work with them. But this, I honestly have no idea what to think. Perhaps I should pray to Ivala for guidance. We wanted to speak with you about various matters, but I understand if you need time after the attack. You'd better not have had anything to do with this. Can we speak securely here? Our security magic is much better than the spells around here. Just keep your voice down. I believe that you held back earlier regarding your results. That is an understatement. Unless these results have a direct impact on what we just saw, I want to focus on something else first. Do you think Annah was acting? I don't think she faked her reaction, or that she disbelieved anything she said. Do you think that she might have been behind it somehow? If she was behind the Chosen, having one attack her publicly would be a very blunt way to redirect suspicion. If that was her plan, you'd think that she'd have him say something a bit clearer. Annah seemed honestly shaken to me. I don't think she's responsible, unless the mages disagree. No, there was no resonance between the Chosen and Annah, or her mages. I'm not saying that it'd be impossible to fake, but we don't have any evidence of it. Then perhaps it's time to discuss your magical observations. Honestly, I'm shaken. What we felt at the end there wasn't like the other Chosen. It felt like ascended magic. Ascended divine magic. Magic like we use in the tower? In a Chosen? Extremely similar, except this one grew unstable and imploded, I think. I suspect that this might have been a weapon that failed, but it came troublingly close to something. Is there any chance that the Chosen that appeared with the Fucklord could have been a similar attempt? I'll admit the behavior was similar, but why would the person behind them want to kill Annah? I'm not convinced that we can know their motives. This was all very strange. Starting to wonder if the Chosen are tools of the Chaos Child, black-haired, red-eyed Chaos Girl. But that doesn't track with what we heard about her. I'm drawn to the idea that the Chosen are weapons pointed at Incubus Kings, though. It would explain some things. Do you mean weapons wielded by a mortal? Just spells like others we've seen? If so, that might explain why the Chosen were so fallible and awful. We can definitely conclude that the person responsible is extremely skilled. If Annah had that capacity, I think she'd behave differently. Unless she's very committed to putting up a front. We'll need to keep thinking about this, but we'll also need to deal with Annah. Anyone else have any other observations? I tried to check things out, but it was completely divine magic. Sorry. Comdom looked, but the sparklies were not very nice, and Comdom got confused. What do you mean about dealing with Annah? I think this might be our best chance to negotiate with her and the Duke. We've spent long enough here. What exactly do we plan to do? We have a variety of concerns, and we can't simply convince her to accept the succubi. It's true that we can't get everything we want, and there are several potential paths through this. but this is important enough that I think we should bring in the Doom King, let him exert tyrannical pressure for once. That will hurt our reputation, but if it can permanently change Steinford, it might be worth it. Everyone, take a break to clear your minds until Annah returns. We can deal with everything then. Everyone, it seems we have a number of problems, all at once. For that reason, I've invited the Duke and even representatives of the Doom King. Let's negotiate quickly instead of dragging this out. Interesting to negotiate in the courtyard instead of in the actual church. These negotiations will be long and messy. Let me know when you're ready to make core decisions. Here's my estimate of our influence. Duke of Steinford 6, High Priestess Annah 5. I believe we would have 6 with Annah if we did the succubus bar, would be my guess. Or 7, maybe. Don't confirm that. Our influence on Annah is limited. Yeah, makes sense. This is the succubus who was trading slaves to the Gilded Lily. That's right. I thought that since all the negotiations are happening now, we might as well make use of her. We can finally end that awful place's practices. Why aren't you happier? I wish it hadn't been her. If we tell the truth, it will only prove to Annah and many others that succubi can't be trusted. That will hurt any efforts to integrate them, so we're not going to tell the truth. On the other hand, it will shame Annah, because all of this was going on right underneath her nose. Which I don't want either. Surely just the Gilded Lily's existence would harm her enough. Do we need to drag the succubi into this? I'm glad we're on the same page this time, Karina. I like to keep the succubi out of this. No, we did not forget that. I went back and did that above. I said focus on the Duke. You just weren't paying attention. I was looking 2 steps ahead. First, an important question. Do we have enough control to give our own version of events? We did the investigation ourselves, and we have ample evidence that the nobles with the Gilded Lily are guilty. We could do it. And it's just a question of the best way to frame this. Let me think. Let the succubi solve the problem? Interesting. Simon, it's obvious that this is the time we need to discuss the appropriated funds, since they'll never be more useful. That's right, I intend to bring it up with Annah soon. I beg you to at least consider giving her the information freely instead of using it to shame her. It's honestly difficult to say how she'll react either way. I'll keep it in mind. Decide soon. I'ma tell Annah privately. I'll do the best I can to bring up the matter gently and make Annah see our side. I hope that will help it get through to her. How would you like me to use the evidence against the Duke of Steinford's ancestry? Use against Donovan's claim. I don't think we need to. Yeah. Used against Donovan's claim. Right. Pressure means work under us, which I don't want. Very good. I will trust our diplomats to make effective use of this information. Dargai said mine was important. Came to help, but not sure what to do. Good work, soldier. I'll take it from here. So the time has come to take action regarding the Steinford mine. We control a valuable asset that Steinford, realistically, is never going to keep stable and uncorrupted. We could, of course, seize it for ourselves and make use of the profits. That would hinder both Annah and the Duke a bit. Given how long it will take to start up, they wouldn't be overwhelming, but they'll also be free. Doing that might turn Annah and other conservatives against us, though. Taking any action will turn them against us. Earlier you discussed using the mine for Steinford's poor, or giving it to the succubi. Or to put it another way, using it against the Duke or against Annah. Oh. Okay, good. What I'm wondering is, this is... Is slums against Duke and succubi against... Because I want to hurt the Duke, which I think might be the poor. Excellent. That will improve their lives, and more importantly, undermine the Duke's control. I go give orders. Also, I don't think the succubi are meant to be mining away. It seems the time for words has passed, as you have been quite busy. Haven't you done enough? Hate you, fuck you. My research has borne fruit. I'm just glad I pulled myself out of the library in time to assist. Oh, you found more documented agreements between New Javini and Steinford? Yes, they're quite fascinating. There are all manner of twists to how the legal system has changed over time. But, those are not material to the present situation. I also found ones that might assist you. We're grateful for that as well. Anything that might undermine the Duke? Nothing so direct, but I can counter some of his claims. The net result will be giving New Javini more leverage in negotiations. This would in turn weaken Steinford's position, which I hope would make the Duke more willing to trade with the Shall Estates or local succubi. That sounds promising. Let's discuss the details. I'll stay here to provide moral support until negotiations end. Then I'm going back to the library. I haven't been able to spend any time with the local succubi, but they might be interesting if they're accepted. Okay, so my final decision that I'm curious about is to shield the succubi or let the succubi solve the problem. I suggest a different approach. Gilded loose ends. Finally close the Gilded Lily for good. I suggest a different approach. We let the succubi be the ones to solve this crime. Oh yeah, I think the best thing you can do is hire succubi that love working there and just not tell anyone. What do you mean? We have the succubi say they caught the slaver trying to move slaves into Steinford and let the Gilded Lily fall from there. So everyone sees that they police their own. I like it. Take a little bit of work. Yeah, I agree. They don't have a smelting fetish and they don't have a mining fetish. They're gonna be fucking useless with the mine. But they do have an armor fetish, so they can trade with the slum workers and prop up the economy and then work on armors. We just need one with a weapons fetish now. It'll take a little bit of work, but I'll try to arrange it. I hope we made the right choice about all this. Shouldn't really approach her before we're ready. Well, question is before we're ready here... Ready to make core decisions. I assume core decisions is after Annah. Let's see. Reach out to her. Sister Annah, You always call me that. I'm not fooled. Annah, I honestly think that we could do more good for the church and for Steinford if we work together. If that's really true, then why do you keep working against me? Sarai and I need to speak with you about some things. And so, I fear that the funds have been misappropriated for many years, never reaching the poor you intended to help. I'll check for proof, but it's true that nobles have long interfered with the work of Ivala. There's also the issue of the Gilded Lily, which has long preyed upon poor women. Yes, I heard about what happened. It has always been a blot on Steinford, but it had too many powerful protectors. I suppose it is good that the succubi eliminated one of their own criminals who had escaped our grasp. Okay, you're not irredeemable. Can we at least agree that purging some of these issues has made Steinford a holier place? Sometimes it's very hard to see. Sister, we are not asking you to bless the Doom King. We ask only that you consider that our love for Steinford is sincere. No, this is only another attempt to trick me. Be gone from my sight. So annoying. If I got the fucking bar, I'm sure this would go differently. That's so annoying. I'm probably one off triggering, like, her accepting it. God fucking damn it. Whatever. We've done what we've done. Alright, it's time. I won't be able to help you, so I hope that everything goes well. I'm sure it will. It's just a question of if we burn our bridges. I don't think it'll go that far, but we'll see. It's not about the bar. It's always about the bar. It's about the Goonfall. Didn't I... Oh yeah, was it because I undermined her? That makes sense. Whatever. Fuck her. I don't think it'll go that far, but we'll see. While we were speaking, the Duke informed me of something very troubling. I don't think that it needs to be so. Succubi lurking near Steinford and you just... You will not touch them. The Doom King, here? Hosting your filthy underlings is already bad enough. How dare you profane these grounds? They are mine. You will treat them fairly. This is absurd. Sir Doom King, it seems to me that if they are your citizens, perhaps you should repatriate Do I need to conquer Steinfort as well? Stay back! Doom King, please calm yourself. They've already indicated they were open to negotiations. Talk quickly. It's simple. These succubi have already proved that they can live peacefully alongside you. Simply allow them to do so openly. Do you expect us to bow, just like so many other cities? I expect you to understand that they want to be law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. A few will be unhappy, but I see the logic in that. I don't care about earthly logic. I care about the will of Ivala. The very soul of Steinfort is at stake. I should have gone back in Goonfall and actually not done redone my investments, but Genmilas was up in my ass going, no, it's not your playthrough if you do that. Then you're not staying true to your ideals. And look where that got me. Motherfucker. Gonna eat some chocolate to get rid of my annoyance. Need me some Goonfall teleport tabs? Dude. If I had a save back then, at the correct spot, I'd be there. I'd need a Goonfall teleport tab. I need like 10 of them. Sister, please, you've spoken to the other high priestesses. You know that coexistence is possible. I want to pose you directly, and I'll stay silent. That's all I'm willing to give. Okay, that's good enough. That's good. That's good enough. And getting the police called on me. I like... Tell the other to Goonfall is insane. You weren't here for Goonfall, Prison. Goonfall is like the most complicated political segment in like any game I've ever played. There's like 700 fucking decisions to make, and they all connect in really weird ways. So getting like a perfect Goonfall is impossible. It's so fucked. You just have to give shit up. And there's no agreed upon best way to do it. So, othering other people to Goonfall, it's like, hey, do you want to go... It's not even called Goonfall, that's my name for it. It's Gawnfall. G-A-W-N fall. But I say Goonfall because it's funny. But it's so funny to imagine someone getting dropped in the game at the hardest political segment to navigate with no prior info. You just teleported them in there and it's like... Are we gonna support the succubi living in our cities? What about giving you access to the magic nuke bomb against the fucklord? And it's like, you're like, what the fuck is happening? Where am I? I want to pose you directly, and I'll stay silent. That's all I'm willing to give. Which is better than nothing. I suppose I'll just have to fight for Steinfort's soul with my righteous example, as I always have. Good. If none want to start a war, then we are done here. This could be the beginning of a very profitable relationship. No, because I'm gonna fucking ruin your life. Ugh, I feel dirty. I must pray that I have not fallen from Ivala's light. All of you, go. We will work out the details of this later. I'm glad we could come to a compromise. Just go. Hey, pimps are profitable. Yeah, we just busted a, like, sex slave ring. But I guess we put succubi in charge, so yeah, we still get the profitability, but not the moral reprehensible part of it, because, you know, succubi like it. So, that's done. I'm about to get enough church politics to last a fucking lifetime. Hey, there's the Sarai we love. I'll do my best to build on this, but right now, I don't want to hear a single word about it. If it would be an agreeable distraction, while all of you have been working, we have as well. We've been helping out for this long. Of course we want to know what we learned. Yes, I'm curious if our research came to any conclusions. There was an unexpected chance, the appearance of the Chosen. From it, we gathered unusual data. From it, we can be reasonably certain that High Priestess Annah is not behind the Chosen or the crystal. You sure that she didn't set that up to exonerate her? It's what I would do. That would be tricky, but there are lots and lots of sparklies, and it would be too hard to fool them. Yes, we've been able to gather an exhaustive amount of data from a huge range. Riola, would you like to explain our main conclusion? Whereas the magic of Incubus Kings automatically conflicts, the default for divine magic seems to connect, even when the uses are adversarial. That was one of the big surprises for me. There's a conflict at the border of Ardoheim and Dargilon, yet the magic is peaceful. As you would expect, there is a locus of power where the Mother governs. That one is quite clear. The goddess of magic is highly localized in Yihelin, but deeply entrenched instead of spread out. But Ivala, That power is spread across the entire continent in intentionally complex ways. And other continents? Extrapolating to them may be premature, but we sense some resonance from Renfnor and none from Fëanor's. So, can we be confident that's it? Ivala, the Mother, the Goddess of Magic, and maybe one on Renfnor? Just asking whether or not a bunch of new goddesses might crawl out of the woodwork. Actually, there was one more surprise. There's something localized in Ustrin, though weakly. It almost looked like an Aram pretty, but it was not an Aram pretty. Premature extrapolation? Yup. This game has big vocabulary, big words. Tertia, perhaps? That's what I was gonna say. Dead dwarven god. Might not be so dead after all. We can't say for sure, but since the other three goddesses aren't exactly cooperative... I agree. Since the political situation has long been tense there, we might as well get ahead of it before another crisis. Yeah. All I got from that above is that Goonfall fucking sucks, man. Not in a, like, game bad way, but just it's so annoying. These 7 TV emotes are making this shit unreadable, lol. I know. Dude, it's a blessing and a curse. It has led to a bunch of funny moments, but the amount of extra mental effort I have to put in is so hard. It's so difficult as the streamer to parse everything, but I'm getting better at it. It's a skill set I'm learning. Just know that, like, right and left are reversed, and I think there's a few other ones that are reversed as well. So it just becomes really rough to say anything in chat. We had a political discussion where every right becomes left and every left becomes right, and you have to, like, reconfigure it in your head in order for it to make sense. I believe the High Priestesses of Aram might work with us, but the nobility and the army... Yeah, I know this is really important, and I want goddess fucking more than anyone, but do we need to rush to use Strin right away? I have a shard to digest, remember? Ooh, let me plan everything. I love that you got hit by Fine Daddy, one of my favorite emotes. Also, say hi in lowercase letters. That's one of the best ones. Oh wait, is it high? It might not be lowercase. Is it high with a big H? It might be hey as well. Let me see. Which one is it? What? There it is, it's hello. It's hello, that's the one. The best emote I have. You just really sets the tone when someone joins the chat for the first time. Like a melee player comes in and it's like, hello, what do you think about Fox? I'm like, I have your IP, what do you think about Fox? Ooh, let me plan everything. Meanwhile, Iris, plan for a trip to Ustrin. Aurelicy, evaluate the situation on Aram's border. Robin, prepare for deep magical research there. Of course, my lord. We're finally taking this head on. Could be fun. None of you are off the hook for my schedule, though. Okay. Oh yeah, sex scene, great. This is the longest sex scene of all time. Brother! Brother! This shit a novel! Brother! What do you mean? Brother! It never ends! Brother! What do you mean? That shit was a fucking, like, 10 chapters of sex scene. And it probably all went and then she breasted boobily, for sure. Ah, so satisfying. Is everybody nice and relaxed and ready for some hardcore politics? Our time in Ustrin is going to involve significantly less sex. But we'll get there. Maybe we can bang Neranda. Unfortunately, given how delicate the political situation is, she can't even invite us formally. Cumdum thinks we should still give nice hugs to angry Janine. Are our illusions and magical masking ready? Wait, he reads that part out loud? I love that he does that. That's great. Cum Dump things? Yeah, her name is Cum Dump, but spelled differently. I'll show it in a second. She's legitimately like a golden retriever. She's giga autist, but I love her to death. She's super wholesome. Completely. We should be able to come and go like ghosts. Good. Our primary objective is to investigate divine magical energies, but we should check on Eusterin as well. The problems in Aram have been brewing for a long time. We need to act before they boil over. Let's go. One moment. Nice, dwarf time. No, you gotta check her name. Give it 2 seconds. Here we are. Never thought I could be nostalgic for tunnels, but it feels like a long time since we've been here. Let's hug some beardies. You've shown me before? Then why did you react to it, dumbass? Go to sleep. Fucking baiting me into thinking you didn't remember. You clearly did. No, you didn't get the joke? Cum dumb things? There ain't no joke there. That shit's just language. You're the joke, idiot. Go to bed. Good luck tomorrow. He reads them all out loud, but refuses to use the NSFW sensor in settings. So the text is never on screen, and it's just a black screen. That's really funny. Oh, the joke was, wow, I didn't realize she had thoughts. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, no. She's great. She has the best thoughts. Sometimes she talks, like, too similar to Trump. That part's scary. You are very mean to Cum Dump, I agree. Thanks to our allies, we are losing fewer Dwarren, but we add so few. Anyway, 3 hours, 47 minutes, new section start. I think this seems like a good place to call it for the stream. Just finished a segment, did whole politicking, and now we have way more politicking ahead of us. So I think I am going to call it here, and then we can do Eusterin next time. Not sure if I'll do tomorrow. Might do, what's it called? Might do, a day break, mostly for my feet. We'll see. Ooh, finally someone to raid. I will raid Psych. Raid Psych _3. And then again, I'll be back tomorrow or the day after probably. We'll figure it out. But I'll post it in the Discord. Whether I go live tomorrow or not depends on kind of how I'm feeling. I've been playing a lot of this. I kind of want to let people have a chance to catch up on the VODs and stuff as well. So it's kind of rough to stream too much. Also, I need to... I wish using the, like, Chatterino chat that you could finish raiding, like, with the Chatterino. But I can initiate it, but I can't, like, click the finish button or anything. So I gotta, like, go here and then use the stream chat. I gotta, like... And then I can raid. But it's been fun. Again, I'll post in the Discord tomorrow. Snowstorm locks me in. Oof. Hopefully the weather doesn't fuck you over too hard. Yeah, I could do a sit stream, but that's for lames. Or for weaklings. It's better. I don't know why. I was gonna say like lame bodies. I don't know what I was gonna say, but everything came out wrong. But yeah, I'll post tomorrow how I'm feeling. Bye bye!